And welcome to the Wicked Weekend podcast. We are on the holiday episode, our special annual party extravaganza. Welcome to our show. I've got with me, my name is Michael. I'm one of the Wicked co-founders, and I'm joined today by a couple of our creators. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
Morning.
We've got Scott and Jeremy with us today. And then today we'll also be joined throughout the stream by several of our other creators on and off throughout the couple hours I'll be on for today.
And, so we're going to be we're not doing dedicated hours. We're shifting in and out. Is that how it works?
Exactly. Yeah. So basically stay as long as you like. If you want to stay for the whole thing, feel free to stay for the whole thing. If you want to just dip in for a bit and then get out, that's fine too.
I'll be here for at least an hour. So
good. Yeah. So I know we have a couple of guys coming in.
Say hi right now, jump out, come back 15 minutes later.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. More power to you, man.
And you'd be like, Jeremy, cool
airtime. Right?
You want to see my monkey impression?
Or we could go on another tour. Maybe go on another art tour. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, so it'll be a little bit different format today. And I've also got some games planned. I've got some awesome fun games. Christmas theme, of course. Got to be a Christmas theme.
Cool.
And then we're going to be raffling off some Wicked comics today.
Sweet.
So we're going to be giving away free comics to people in the chat.
What?
Yup. Free comics. Oh, yeah. So we're probably going to be doing that in a little bit. Probably start the first raffle in a half hour or so. And then go from there.
I'll put this up on Twitter.
Was this up on Twitter with the free comics?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Welcome everyone in the chat. Thank you. And if you have any questions, anything like that, just let us know in the chat as well. So what have you guys been up to comics wise since the last time we talked?
I'll let Scott go on this one. I'm putting it up on Twitter right now.
Okay. What did we talk about last time? I think I was finishing digital, right?
Mm-hmm.
So digital's finished. It's gone out to backers.
Nice. Have you started getting feedback?
Yeah, it's all been positive so far. I haven't had you're an awful person. Why would you put this out?
That's always good.
There's still time for that, so. But it's been good. I think Clay gave an actual number review. That's the only one I've got so far. Claylex gave it 7 out of 10. So I'm happy with that. I'm up there with the Mythoverse guys. Most of them were in that range. So very happy with that. But yeah, I'm just trying to get the word out there now. I think I'm going to start seeing if anyone wants to take a look at it and actually do reviews.
Very nice. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wonder which review spot would be good, because there's probably a few that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, there's several. I just gotta kind of pin them down and get suggestions. I might just do a tweet to see who's paying attention and is it just generally interested.
Nice, man. And then what about you, Jeremy? What have you been up to with your comic stuff?
We're cooking away on Doug's Drawing Movie Men number 2, which is the Sportman crossover.
So he's working on it, huh?
He's working on it. I think we've talked about this before. Usually with comics you thumbnail them, and then you, based on the sort of small rough sketches, then you build that out. You kind of look at that as a reference, and you draw the pages. You'll give the thumbnails to like the writer and say, does this look about what you were looking for? And he'll sometimes come back and say yes, or absolutely not, or well, close, but change this panel.
Definitely.
And Doug did something, because he does this in digital, right, that I just thought was brilliant. I gave him a bunch of pictures that my wife took while we were walking in downtown Bellingham for where this is supposed to happen, and he literally dumped them into the like a full size pages where he was mocking this stuff up, and obviously adjusted the pictures and did various things with them, changed the sizes and worked around. But I thought that was just great. But anyways,
That is pretty interesting.
he
Yeah.
creates thumbnails that are full size, and once you sign off on those thumbnails, then he builds the comic on top of that rather than having to hold it to the side as a reference.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's kind of a more realistic way to get a reference on the background, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's great because we were having one of the things that I'm part of several writers and groups, and one of the things that a bunch of people said is just use Google Maps, and yeah, that can show you the rough locations, but it can't give you the sort of the angles as if you're the characters experiencing it, right?
And not only that, but they're all copyrighted images.
Sure, yeah, that's true also, but I'm just saying that what you're showing is something that's very static, that's like sort of a view from space. And I understand there's a street view, but it's a very specific kind of a street view, right? And it just made a lot more sense just to walk it and do the photos ourselves, and then so then he could just actually if he was here, I would have walked it with him, right? But he's in Minnesota, and so the closest thing we could do was to he had the script, he knew the order of the things, and then I said, here's where all these pictures go in the order of the script. And so he had a very clear idea of where this was, what was happening, how it would look. And some of this stuff is really difficult for perspective, and obviously you have to do some amount of cheating in comic books with perspective. But I mean, you have this giant robot. Well, how giant, and how do you keep it that giant from one place to the next? Or if you have to cheat, how do you make it look so that how do you cheat so effectively people can't tell?
That's the magic.
Yeah, and what I've seen of the mock-ups, I am just very, very, very excited. He's gonna knock this one out of the park.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that, man. That sounds like a really great method to do it too.
Yeah,
and actually, why I brought up the copyright issues, because I was thinking it actually might be cool to stick some of those pages in the back of Movie Men as like a behind the scenes look.
What I think we're gonna do, yes, absolutely, and we may just do that. Like that could be like a back cover or something. That's possible.
That'd be cool too.
But what I think we may do is to make an ash can available so people can see.
Oh, wow.
Like here's like an early draft of what this was looking like.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
So I think that we might do that. There's going to be quite a few more options this next time around for Movie Men 2. You're going to have like several artists have drawn all the Movie Men, and people will be able to buy. We had Lenore, she did one, but we're gonna have like 4 or 5 different, top tiers where people can get 5 different pictures of the Movie Men along with the comic. So that's cool. And you can also just to keep it sort of clean on the front end, you can do add-ons with Indiegogo. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'll learn how. And so there's going to be a lot of possible add-ons. So like you get, let's say we have a t-shirt as one of the things, and but what you ordered is the comic and one of these 5 picture things. Then when you go to finalize the order, it's going to say, do you want to add anything? And you'll be able to add a t-shirt for like $25 or something like that.
Kind of like a bundle deal almost, maybe. Yeah,
but they make it. It's only recently that I've seen a lot of people play around with this. Peter did quite a bit of it with Alternimus. There were quite a few things where when you bought something, it said, would you like to add this? And I said, well, yes, I would like to add this. So there's that. We had that really cool pin up for the first issue. I think that's going to be the shirt that we have with issue number 2.
Very nice.
So you don't necessarily have to have a t-shirt tier anymore. You could just have like your standard tiers and then just have a bunch of add-ons, and then you basically customize your own tier.
Yeah, or you can keep it like really simple. So you you can do one tier that just says like a comic and a T-shirt, right? Or but when people go to order, then they can add a T-shirt, or they can add the ash can, or they can add the T-shirt and the like on and on and on. And it just gets it's a little easier on the front end if you do it that way.
Yeah, that's interesting. You guys seem like you guys have learned a lot over your time with these websites for crowdfunding.
Yeah, I mean, I used to pay ridiculously close attention to Indiegogo, and I, a little bit less now, but I still look at sort of the innovations that people are doing and see how that's going.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's pretty smart. I've never done a crowdfunding campaign, so it's the only thing I know is how to fulfill it.
Yeah, well, if you want to do one for a certain issue, let me know. I'll do what I can to help you put it up.
Oh no! Well, maybe for something for Wikid.
That's what
I always
meant.
thought about. Oh, you did? I always thought maybe doing something to help like Wikid as a whole.
Oh,
would be
okay.
kinda cool.
No, I just meant
Yeah.
like barrels or something like that.
Oh no, I don't know. We'll talk maybe.
Sure.
I'm scared.
I see the Basque Beast is in our chat.
Woo!
I identify as a Basque human being. Thank you very much.
Oh my! Yeah, dude, what are you talking about, man? Give it the times.
I'm sorry, I'm slightly late, but you guys know this is the time of the day when we Spaniards take a nap, right? So,
Right. You're just
next
waking
year.
up. You're just wiping the sand out of your eyes and everything.
Yeah, I'm stretching like a huge big cat.
See, he is a beast.
Okay, you got me. I'm slightly pissed today. We're gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly, man. We got you. But thanks for joining us, man.
Can I clap? Is that okay?
Please do.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
100K.
Let's all clap.
100K so far for Iron.
Thank you.
Oh my god! I hadn't checked it since the last time I backed it, man. That's wild. That's an amazing accomplishment.
That's all on Zach. I mean, I'm just some guy.
Nah, man, that ain't no. That ain't all Zach, man. That's half you, man, at least. That's because that's your art, man. That's your art. They're responding to your art too, man. Because think about it. You did 30. What did you do? Like 30, 50? How much was the first one that you did? I think it was like 30 or 40,000, right? I want to say.
I don't know. I think in total.
Was it more than that?
550. Damn, I can't remember now.
But it was. My point is, it wasn't as much as this one. So clearly, people liked your book and they liked your art, man. And so I think, yeah, you got to give yourself props for that, man. That's on you too.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, that's the whole point, that the new comic is making more money than the last one. So that's a good sign. That's that we're on the right track.
Sequels hardly ever do as good,
Yeah, it's a very good sign. I'm actually worried about doing chapter 2 if I'm going to get at least half the backers I had the first time.
Well, it's pretty usual for the second issue to make less money than the first one, right? Because everyone buys the first issue for the novelty and all that.
I think so. Yeah, you usually get diminished.
The first one was like the try it out issue, right? This is true with television too. Like a lot of people will watch the first episode, and look, not many of the people who watch the first one just go, nope, not my thing. Same with comics, same with lots of things.
Yeah, that's why Marvel keeps relaunching the series constantly. It's always the first issue because they want to exploit that.
Because people keep saying, nope, not my thing.
When will they ever learn?
Like Tainted had a really good reception for issue 1, and he tried 2 different campaigns and just couldn't get that same level.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The second one didn't go so well either, or
he did 2 campaigns and he actually cut the second one short and said I'm done, unfortunately.
Oh no, I didn't hear about that. I had backed that book. I was really looking forward to it. That's unfortunate to hear.
It always breaks my heart when I see a campaign not being funded. I feel terrible for the guys.
Right? Yeah, that's really too bad.
Even for Astonishing Gators, I gotta say.
It's a lot of it's a lot of effort that if it doesn't get paid off, it hurts.
I can imagine. That's part of why I'm not I've never tried it before,
Yeah.
Just because I'm not sure I can handle all that.
You can handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm confident you could. If you're running this show every 2 weeks, you could handle a campaign.
Yeah, if you can run a publishing company, you can handle a campaign.
Maybe it feels different, I don't have to rely on I don't know. It feels like different kind of promotion to me, maybe. I'm out there promoting your guys' stuff as opposed to my own stuff most of the time.
But you have stuff coming out though,
I do.
I mean,
that
is worthy of promotion. So
I've been told I should put it out more.
Yeah. It's not. Look, look. If you decide to do crowdfunding or not, whatever. It's a method. It's not like the be all and end all. But you could do it. I have some confidence.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, maybe I was thinking our first campaign might be cool. It would be something to help Wikid as a whole and get some new projects going for the company. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
In general. But did you guys hear the good news? I'm sure you guys saw the tweet I put out, right, about we're in talks again with the Model 316.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to happen this time. We're much further into the talks than we were last time, and it looks like we should be able to start get something going early next year.
Sweet.
Looks like it's gonna be Jack Irons too.
Yeah, it was definitely a popular character, isn't he? Did you see that one, Ibai?
No, I've been off Twitter. I mean, I've only been getting into dumb, pointless fights, but I haven't been looking much into actual stuff.
All right, I just want to say 3 words: Decimators action figures.
I'm completely cool with that. Did I tell you guys about this fan when we were still just a webcomic who like painted their hair, because this was a woman, I think, painted her hair Infinity Squad with the Decimators colors. Like
cool.
She painted them all black and white because she really liked the idea of the. So she wanted to pay me an homage. How cool is that? Someone wants to pay Canada's an homage with his tabletop gaming. That's amazing.
That is pretty awesome.
So how would we make that? Because I'm really interested in that subject.
Well, how do they do the figures? You mean?
Yeah. How do we do figures out of Decimators characters?
So that's actually the kind of why I brought it up, is because I put out a poll because I'm talking with Model 316 right now. He's a great guy, and we're going to be using a 3D printer to print out the figurines, and he's got a really great high-end printer, and so we're going to be utilizing that and setting up a deal for a distribution deal, and so we'll be basically coming out with starting next year. We'll be coming out with characters from anywhere from Jack Irons to Barbarian to you name it.
Okay, no, that's amazing news. Merry Christmas, then.
Exactly, right? Yeah, so we're we're very excited, man. We've been talking with them for a while, and so it's finally all coming together, and I think we'll see it early next year. Don't know exactly when yet, but I would say probably sometime in the first few months, probably.
It'd be cool if we could debut them at ECCC.
That would be pretty amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an interesting way to do it, especially if we could get some other characters on the table other than just 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Maybe like a handful of characters.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I always thought that. Sorry.
I was gonna say ECC sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know, right? And for those who aren't familiar, that's Emerald City Comic Con. In the chat. And so huge convention. It's probably one of the biggest ones, I think.
Because who's going to be? Jeremy's going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah. Wikid's going to be there.
Yeah.
Brett's going to be there from Changeling.
Yeah.
And then Drew is going to be there for Wrath.
Sweet.
A whole Wikid crew of creators.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Plus, there's a lot of other people I know that are, that a lot of creators I know are going to be there, and I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
Like, I know a writer that he's written some stuff for DC, and he's like, I'm gonna come and just sleep in my car. I'm doing it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
If you're sleeping in your car, I'll buy you a meal. Great.
I don't think I've ever done a convention where I've slept in my car. That's got to be rough.
Yikes! You can't do that, man. That's. I mean, I get where he's coming from. That's definitely gonna make his margin, profit margin, much higher. But it's also insane. Fuck! If I tried to sleep
in my case, I wouldn't have to
outside.
sleep, so that would be cool.
Well, that's true. That's an option as well. But I was thinking, like, well, actually, no, because you can keep your merchandise at the convention, I guess, as long as you just show up. You right when they are letting everyone into the convention to put out their table, then you're golden. Otherwise, you might be stuck outside with your stuff for a while.
Indeed.
Yeah, that would not be good. Conventions are interesting beast.
Oh yeah.
I think the craziest one we've done so far is probably maybe like Alien Con or LA.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta be Alien Con.
Yeah,
was
probably
amazing.
Alien Con. Yeah, it was such a good show too. That was great, man. We had such a good time with that one. So it was funny because like we weren't sure what the audience reaction would be, but people at Alien Con are like super open minded because they believe in aliens, I guess.
Yeah.
But
It comes with the territory,
but they were down for comics, man.
The
It was really funny.
possibilities are endless.
It was really
Comics are
interesting.
out there.
Right? And it's like I don't know, man. Remember the trebles?
Yes.
The tribbles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the triple vending machine is like the claw
Yeah.
machine, right?
Yeah. That was really funny.
You know what would have been doing really well there? Abductables.
Yeah,
I know. That's
I
why
know.
we're actually gonna go back next year and bring abductables back.
That's good because that's the perfect thing to bring there. Like
Yeah,
there's
we're gonna be
literally
doing our
there's no comic that will ever do better than the Abductables.
except for its sequel, possibly.
Possibly.
I
I'm
think
just saying, like,
what's it called? The Grays or something? I can't quite remember what he
No,
did.
Michael wants to call it ridiculous. I want
That's
to call
right.
it chupa. I want to call it Chupacabra Rising.
That's a great title.
Yeah, no, we're giving the little gray guys wings, and they suck your blood, and we'll have someone say they fly now because apparently that's hip with the young crowd now.
That's good. No, yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna start printing the first special. We're doing 100 quantity limited print run, which we're gonna be beginning in I think probably March, maybe around March or
Nice.
so.
I can't imagine that any of your once you get to Alien Con with that thing, like you're gonna sell all of your copies.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
hope so,
theory.
man. Yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, are you guys going to be putting out a campaign for that in the near future, Canals?
I hope so because the Abductables was my favorite project of all that I've worked on. I mean, I love them all. I've been lucky enough to be pitched really cool stories, but the one that I had the most, that I woke up every morning and I was thinking, today is the Abductables day. Today I'm gonna draw little gray guys being squashed. I'm so happy. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know when because I have lots of stuff to do, but hopefully it will be in the near future. I mean, I really hope so.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He's got that other project that he's getting out, like Grayscale. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a hero,
it
a dark
looks
hero
good,
tale.
bro.
Yeah,
I mean, but you're not the artist on that one, right? Or no, are you?
No, I just made a fan pick for all time.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, so he was working with different artists on that book.
Yeah.
But they're out on I think crowdfunding now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the crowdfunding begins in January. I mean,
January.
It's like it's open like a newsletter to keep everyone informed of what's going on.
That's smart. Yeah, always good to get the ideas out before the campaign starts.
Hey, you guys want to see my Christmas tree real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas trees are calling.
Yeah, just a sec here.
There's the art collection.
Yeah.
I got some art over there. Just a sec. Okay, this is the very special Christmas tree.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I don't know
I'm
how.
scared.
Let me see what you can see here. There we go. All right, I want to show you how we have guarding the tree here. Do you see that okay or not?
Give me a little bit lower perspective on it.
Is that better?
I think it's a Funko.
It's like a Funko. Wow.
It's a Funko of John McClane.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have John McClane guarding our Christmas tree.
Hey, no one better for it.
That's
He's
I
the
think
man
it's
for the job.
I think it's safe.
Because you never know
That's
when a
amazing.
gang of German terrorists is going to try to take your
That's right. It's
Christmas
the
tree
war on
hostage. You know?
Christmas.
Damn
It's
filthy
funny.
German terrorists.
I just saw that movie for the first time this month. Actually,
Really?
What?
yeah, I'd seen like the old, like the Die Hard 3, 4 in theaters, but I
Okay.
never went back and
Yeah.
saw the originals.
The
It was
original is
amazing.
so much better
It was such a good movie.
because you think he could die. It's possible. Who knows?
Right, and the story was good too.
Hot take: Die Hard is a masterpiece. Have you guys paid attention to the script? I mean, the script is like Christopher Nolan levels of complex.
Oh my god, I'm not surprised. Like
the whole thing with I don't know how it worked, but they have to like pretend to be a terrorist group to have the FBI like cut the power so they can access the vault and whatnot. And back in the day, I think this was written like in 1987, something like that. We didn't have Google back then. To write that script, you have to actually go to a high-tech building and ask the janitor how the whole thing works, and then ask the cops how the. I mean,
you had to do your research,
a crazy amount of research to write that script.
And it's funny because I was watching it and I was like, wait a second, I was realizing, wait a second, this is the movie that like created these ideas that I've seen in so many action movies, like the FBI showing up and the escalation of that, where like they're like, oh no, we're cool, we got this. The FBI here, no big deal. I saw that in just a movie like this year, and I was like, I thought that was original, but I was thinking, no, this is totally coming from Die Hard, because I'm sure that plot had never really been seen. I'd imagine.
Now, wasn't it originally written as a sequel to Schwarzenegger's Commando?
It was actually based on a book, on a like a hard-boiled type book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the author, but yeah, it was like it was different. I think the guy was older, like in his 60s, and he was actually visiting his daughter. So it wasn't as action oriented. It was actually Die Hard is more like it's more of a suspense movie if you're supposed to think about it. It's got a couple of shootouts, a couple of explosions.
Yeah.
It's more like an edge of your seat story about this guy who could die at any moment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I can't remember where I read it, but there was an article that went over how all the Die Hard movies are actually like scripts for other series that they're just like, nah, we don't want to do that. Let's just make it a Die Hard.
Yeah, I don't think that was the original Die Hard movie, but it's possible that the sequels, that's true.
Interesting. Yeah, is Die Hard 2 any good? The second one?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's still like Bruce Willis at the top of his form. But it's like a lot of coincidences, and it's hard to believe that the same guy who would be in the same situation the second time, like the very next year or something like that.
Yeah.
It becomes like the 24 problem, right? Like, how can this guy have all this?
It's about as believable as Home Alone 2.
Nice.
I mean, the third one is better because it's an actual continuation of the first movie, and it's got a reason why the terrorists are after him and all that.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it makes sense.
Is that the one with Samuel Jackson?
Yeah, the one who couldn't be done today because Bruce Willis called Samuel Jackson a racist.
Oh no!
Because he seems to have a problem with white people.
Well, what's funny? I thought was hilarious was I was watching Die Hard, and all of a sudden, freaking the dude from Family Matters showed up. I was like, "What the heck is this guy doing in this movie?" Carl, why is Carl here?
In my headcanon, Family Matters is actually a spin-off of Die Hard.
I kind of like that idea,
I made that link because Rags was doing memorial to the officer,
right.
and then I linked in. I'm like, sadly, his later years were plagued by an annoying neighbor.
That's like his origin story. That's why he quits the force.
Because Ebi made the connection. He's a cop in Family Matters. He's just in, I think, Chicago compared to LA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he moves out of the dangerous streets of LA.
Yeah, it's like he's probably in witness protection program or something, so he had to change his name and move to Chicago.
Does that work though? If they put you back as a cop, though?
What's the last place where you will look for him, right?
Hey. She's still on a beat. Wow, didn't expect that.
Well, if we want, we could start our first game here.
Let's do it.
All right. I was thinking, who's played 20 questions before?
I think we all have.
I'm sure we all have, right?
I
So
haven't, but put my
Oh, yeah?
copy, please.
Oh well, if for those who may have been living under a rock for the last 20 years or so, this game is one where a person comes up with an object, a person, a place, a thing, pretty much anything that you can think of. And I was thinking probably we'll go with Christmas themed this time, just to make it fun.
Okay.
And the idea is that you have 20 questions. Each person can ask one question, and total 20 questions to guess what that thing is: person, place, thing, or object. And 20 questions only. And if you get it, you win. And if you don't, you lose.
In some versions of this, the person who is putting it up has to specify if it's a person, place, thing, or object. Are we
That's
doing that?
interesting. I never heard of that variation, but I'll leave it up to you guys.
Okay.
What do you think? Should we? Because I usually, yeah. I mean, that's. What do you think? I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so go for it.
Okay.
Make it a little bit easier, narrow down a little bit, right? You know.
Cool.
Save you a question too, because you could always ask that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, who wants to think of something first? Should I go first since I brought the game?
I'll go first.
You want to go first? Okay, nice, man. All right.
I have a person.
You got a
Is
person.
it John
Okay.
McClane?
No.
I'm gonna keep track of the number of questions. I think that counts as a question, doesn't it?
It does.
Is
You
it
wasted
Santa
our
Claus?
question on chance.
Yes.
God dang it! What?
You got it on this.
How'd
he
you
got it on
do
Santa
that?
Claus.
How many persons are there that directly related to Christmas? I mean, Hillary Clinton? I don't think so.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. You're a genius, Ski-Bye. You're a Christmas genius.
It's beginner's luck, I guess.
All right, who's next? Who's got a word? I'll go next. Okay, I got one. It is an object.
Is it round?
Yes.
Do you hang it from a tree? I'm sorry. You get to ask again.
Oh no, you can rotate.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. I'll go with his question then. Can you hang it from a tree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no. Well, I mean, I guess you could.
Okay.
You wouldn't normally.
All right. Is it a food?
No.
Come on, guys. Jump in.
Okay. Can you give it to someone as a present?
Yes. I'd say so.
Okay.
Matt. Hey, Matt, by the way.
Hey.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going, guys?
Good, we're playing a
We're
Christmas
playing 20
game.
questions. He's got an object that is round that's related to Christmas, but that is not an ornament because you don't normally hang it from a tree. Or food.
Tree topper?
Oh, well, that's not really a question.
Let me think here.
Possibly.
Is it a decoration?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a wreath?
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. He got
Okay.
it. It's a wreath.
Yep.
Very nice. Good job. You definitely don't want to eat a wreath. That would not be good.
You haven't been hungry enough.
My God. But
Stay hungry, my friends.
Could you hang it from a tree though? That's the thing. I don't know. I guess you could. I wouldn't do it, but hey man, I'm not gonna stop you from hanging it from your tree if you want to.
Yeah, we're open-minded here.
Yeah. So let's do a couple more, and then we'll do our first raffle.
Okay, I have a question for Abai though. How do you pronounce the Basque answer to Santa Claus? How you pronounce his name?
You mean our Basque version for pagan pre-Romantic version?
Yeah, that one.
That's pronounced Olentero.
Okay. He's done he's done a really cool picture of Olin Zero.
Oh yeah, I did it like last year, I think, something
Yeah.
like that.
The idea is that there were all these giants, right? And they all killed themselves when Christendom happened, right? And the only one that stuck around was Olin Zero.
Yeah, that's right. And we actually worship like a pre-Romanic giant race
Yeah.
in Christmas. And yeah, that's the whole point. You're becoming a real expert on Basque culture, fam.
Well, I actually want to do I got to do a lot more work on this, but I wanted you and me, and this will be several years from now. I want to do a one shot that's a story about Olin Zero.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't think there are enough cool badass comics about the Olin Zero out there.
Indeed.
What word? How are you spelling that?
I should probably write that on the text chat.
It's
Yeah.
One way of spelling it is OLENTZERO. Olin Zero.
Huh.
Yeah, like Olin and then zero, like the number. And yeah, Jeremy's right. The whole story about this is that when the Gentiles, I don't know if we're somehow related to the Jewish, the Jews, but we used to call them that, Gentiles. When they realized that their time was over, they like voluntarily self-extinguished, and only this one remained to bring to the people the news that Christ was born, and that Basques were now a Christian nation.
We're not, you said?
No, well, we're now a Christian.
We're now. Oh, we're
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
A.
yeah.
Oh,
We adopted Christendom shortly after the fall of the Roman Empire, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah. Huh. Wow. Yeah, it's funny to think. I always think it's funny thing about like our country versus your country or other countries in general, having like so much more history than our country has. Like it's kind of funny to think about it. Our country.
Yeah, but you compensate for it by knowing the story of your country. Americans seem to love the story of their country. We don't know shit about ours.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it probably depends on how old it is. I mean, if you look at Basque culture and just the Spanish country itself, it's at least 1,700 years old.
Right, finding a single narrative within that much history it is a little bit more difficult, I would say, probably. That could be one reason potentially. But not everyone's proud of our history.
The Basques were basically badass mountain fighters who were really, really tough, and who like literally people who wouldn't lose to anyone would actually pay money to the Basques to let them go through their territory and leave them alone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's true. We were like the Viet Cong back in the day. We used the term to our advantage. We were like, we weren't really like all that rich and powerful or whatever. Well, it was like a small humble people, but we really knew how to use mountains and forests to our advantage. So the Romans actually paid us to help them fight against the Cantabrians, who were like a neighboring tribe. And to this day, Basques and Cantabrians don't really get along all that well. They're like, I don't know, do like Irish and Scots get along?
Irish and Scots get along. Well, it depends. Not really in because Northern Ireland, the Scots Irish, they're really Scots that were transported to Northern Ireland as a way of establishing a beachhead there by the Brits. So I mean that's why you have a separate country. So they can get along, but not always.
Yeah, I think we have a similar relationship because we have been enemies. The two tribes. Well, actually, we were like lots of tribes working together, but we used to fight a lot back in the day. And the Cantabrians even had like their own. I want to say Genghis Khan, a guy called Korokota or Kurukuta in Basque, who was like he loved to terrify Roman caravans and steal the stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's wild. Huh. So you're gonna write something, Jeremy?
Yeah. I would like to co-write it with Ibai.
Nice.
At some point, and probably next year. Sometime we'll write it, and the year after that or something we'll produce it. But I'd really like to. I think it's this like this great Christmas story that Christmas related character that most people don't even know about. and
Interesting.
why not have some fun with that?
So like the new Krampus.
Yes, but like
Yes.
way cooler than Krampus.
We need
They're-
to make it like a Christmas version
of what?
Yeah, you cut off
like
there.
sorry. I said that we need to turn the El Entero into like a Christmas themed version of Conan.
Oh,
That would be
yeah,
amazing.
The barbarian, right?
That
Not
sounds good.
Yeah.
not the guy with the red hair, right?
No. I mean the one whom everyone likes. Not the
Oh, okay, good. No, yeah, that'd be an interesting image, I think. Looks like we got Duskwell in the chat here. What's up, Duskwell?
Hey man,
How's it going, man?
Hello.
Wait, was that Duskwell? Oh my god, where did he come from? But no, I mean that'd be an awesome collaboration. I think you and Ebi coming together for that. That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah. So far I illustrated like 2 pages for you, and we had to leave it at that because.
I think it was 1 page. Was it?
Oh
two?
yeah. No, it was 1 page, but like there were like 2 locations, so there were like 2. There was like this guy in a basket pub telling a joke about Jesus and the apostles.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought it was going to be the beginning of something else, and I kept scratching my head and going, nope. This belongs somewhere other than where I originally intended it, and I think instead it's going to be the opening of the story that we'll do.
Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Looks like I'm not going to be unemployed for like at least 2 more years, which is amazing.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
When does sorry, Ironsides 2? When does Ironsides 2 drop? When's like the expected date?
Well, it's the art is completely finished as far as I'm concerned. So I guess it's up to Zach now to fulfill the whole thing.
Nice. Very
But
nice.
I guess like 1 month, maybe 2. I don't know. People should begin to receive their copies. Probably after Christmas and all that, because
Very
it's a pretty chaotic time.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey Wes. Well, welcome.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
I just got the link in my Twitter chat. I'm actually currently in real life hosting a Christmas house party of my own. Just wanted to drop in and say hello and see what was going on.
Well, hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
No problem.
How are you doing?
A little tired, a little kind of worn out from last night, but otherwise I think we'll survive. Yeah, a little bit, and there's more coming. But as we're talking, I heard Canalys talking about his Charger project. I figured I'd give you guys a slight update on Charger. Troy's deep main art. I mean, it's been a year, but I know. But Charger's two pages away from completion. He's been off Twitter for a little bit, so he said he was going to take Christmas off. So he's supposed to be done. His deadline is this month, though. So hopefully I can get a hold of him at some point and he can send out the last 2 pages. After which we send it off to Catherine, and then we can have hopefully the black and white copy out. And we have an update. I mean, some of you guys have already seen the previews in the chat. We actually have a preview of the first Charger trading card.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, really so cool. It's like I really got to update the backers on that one. I mean, some of the backers are watching the show, but
Exactly, man. No, that is really cool. Yeah, congratulations on getting so close to finishing there. You guys are just wrapping it up here. That's really
we're just wrapping up, and most of the crew is be back for issue 2, as I've stated multiple times. So hopefully we can get a couple of bucks together and get this show on the road. Yeah,
man, that's great. Very nice, man. So we should.
I mean, like I said, I'm excited. Hopefully I can have some new investors this time. I mean, the crowdfunding campaign, like I said, I don't want people to wait a year. I want to kind of see if I can keep this as internal as possible because I think someone pointed out recently in the comic book. They're still calling it the CG front, even though I don't think most of us are Comics Gate anymore, anyways, or even if we were at all. But they're calling it. I guess we're kind of getting thrown in with the lump. Much. It's like I think I look at this thing going. Someone makes a point. The fact that we're basically, a lot of people are overcharging for their books, and it is going to start. People are going to start to not pick up books. So it's like I think if we're going to sell this, we should try to keep. I want to start keeping as much of this as internal as humanly possible. And if I do a crowdfunding campaign, I might just do like a $500 campaign or something like that.
Sure, just get a little bit of funds going for it,
nothing too fancy. Just like maybe I might put out a crowdfund. Say it's like, I need here's $500, and if you guys want to pick this up, here you go. And I think the $500 would probably cost like I throw $3 a comic book. That would be a decent enough for a pre-order,
Yeah, sweet. Not a bad idea, man. Yeah. Well, hey, that's good, man. I'm glad you're making progress on that front. That's really awesome.
Yep, that'll be definitely. This will definitely be for the loyalists. I had 100 backers last time, $3 a comic book. So yeah, so like hopefully, if I only need like about $500. I think that would be much easier for the Gold 500 US. We can get that would basically that quite literally is a quarter of Troy's paycheck. So it's like I could literally get the down payment, throw that out, and I give him a down payment on top of that. Then we get the issue out much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. So I want to ask you, do you have a time to stick around for a quick Christmas themed game?
Oh, yeah, we completely forgot about that.
All right,
depends on what time. It depends on how much time. What is
20? We're playing 20 questions. We have a couple more rounds than us on 20 questions, and then I was going to switch it over to the next game.
I can drop in for 2 rounds. I can do like a round or 2 of 20 questions, then I got to get going.
All right, let's do it, man. So who wants to come up with a question? I haven't done one yet. Oh no, I did one.
Okay, I have an object in mind. Shit! I completely talked to myself. I have.
We should do a session of Wicked cards. We should do a Wicked Cards Against Humanity sometime.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Hey, Bobby, you have an object in mind? You said.
I have a thing in mind. I never thought it was an object.
Thing.
It's a thing. Okay. Well. Okay. Is it smaller than a bread box?
Nope.
Is it as big as a car?
No, it's smaller.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Smaller than a car, but bigger than a bread box.
Is it a living thing?
No, but it's made of one that used to be alive.
Whoa.
Is it a fabric? Is it a fabric or a tree?
Fabric.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that? You hear me?
No,
nothing.
The question.
Nothing.
I'll allow it.
Right. Fabric.
Is it a Santa sack? His not his his Christmas sack.
No, but it can come inside one.
Is it a shirt?
Is it what, sorry?
Is it a shirt?
Pretty close.
Pretty close to a shirt.
Pretty close to a shirt.
Okay. Is it a Christmas sweater?
You got it. It's a Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
You should have said a terrifyingly ugly Christmas sweater.
There is that.
That's the correct answer, but I'll allow it.
I have this is a true story. I have a Hanukkah sweater. It's like it's a like you picture the colors of the Seahawks, and it's like a Star of David sweater, like that looks like that. And I was I'm Catholic. I wasn't even thinking. I just had this. It was Christmas time. I had this ugly sweater on, and we were going to mass. And I go up to receive, and the priest looks at me, and he goes,
"Oh God!"
And he goes, "The body of Christ, amen?" Question mark. I go, "Amen." Okay, here.
I got one before I can bail out.
Okay. You want to do the object, or the thing or whatever.
I got one before I can bail out. Here's one.
Let us know if it's an object, a thing, a person, or a place, or whatever have you.
It is an object.
Object. Okay. All right. Okay, we got an object. So
I guess I'll give you one. I think I'll give you I can give you one general clue.
Okay.
One clue. Someone made a viral video about it.
Okay.
And it's Christmas related?
No. Well, kind of actually. Let's just say it's going to become. Let's just say every one of my Christmas parties is going to end up is probably going to end up getting one. Let's just say that.
Okay. So it has to be relatively small then. Let's see. Is it hard?
No.
Okay. Is it?
Can you hold it in your hand?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be considered a plushie?
No.
Would someone use it every day?
I wouldn't recommend using it every day, but you can, I guess.
So you wouldn't recommend it, you said, or you would?
Yeah, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it.
You wouldn't recommend. Okay, interesting.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I was going
man,
to
he
say
got
I can't think of anything that's not exceedingly nasty.
Like I said, someone made a viral video about this.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. A viral video about it. That's odd. Is it alive?
Baby Yoda, right?
It was
Everyone's
alive.
like crazy.
Baby Yoda
alive.
was never alive, though, so that can't be it. He's a figment of my.
I mean, it was alive until someone, butchered it.
Yeah, definitely not Baby Yoda then.
It lives in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. Someone murdered it.
Recent?
Is it edible?
Yes.
Which one? Which one are you answering?
He asked if it was edible.
Oh,
Yes.
it's edible. Okay.
Okay, but is it a food?
It is a food.
Oh, it is a food.
Okay.
Oh, I
Banana.
didn't think about that.
Is it a banana?
No.
Why would he give out a banana? That'd be a terrible Christmas.
Well, there was
gift.
that art thing where someone taped a banana.
Oh yeah, I
to
did
it.
see that.
It's
Yeah, I did
over
see that. Yeah.
$120,000.
Good thinking.
I'll give you guys one more clue. Damn.
I don't think that helps at all.
Now, that proves I don't watch enough internet.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure I've seen this
Who would have
viral.
thought?
I'm not sure I've seen this viral video. Okay, so it's soft. It fits in your hand. It's a food,
And it's edible.
but you shouldn't have it every day because
Yes.
that
So
doesn't
So
sound
it's
good.
probably sweet. It's probably sweet. then.
Oh, is it
No.
a pot? No, it's not sweet.
No, it's
not
some
sweet.
sort of. He said it was alive, so it's got to be some sort of meat.
It would have been alive once upon a time.
Pumpkins were alive technically. Pumpkin pies were technically alive once, sort of.
Okay,
Sort
so
of.
it could be
Either way, over
plant
here, right?
or animal.
Oh, that's a good question. So, is it an animal or was it an animal? I should say?
Was an animal, yes.
Was an animal? Yes. Oh man, we're at 10 questions here. Let's see. Okay.
Did that
sweet?
animal have 4 hooves?
I love this. Don't
When
worry,
it was
baby.
alive, yes.
No, did that animal have 4 hooves? Okay. When it was alive, it did. Okay. Was the animal a deer?
No.
Is it pig's feet?
No.
Correct. Oh man. Would you consider it a dessert?
No.
Okay, so it's savory. I think savory. Obviously, why did I get? It was an animal. What animal would be a dessert? God, that's a terrible.
Is it
question.
bacon?
No.
Uh,
I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
Multiple restaurants make it, but
that doesn't help.
multiple restaurants make it. In fact, some have entire chains based on it.
Oh, is it fried chicken?
No.
No, it's got 4
chicken
hooves.
sandwich.
Chickens have 4 hooves, don't they?
No,
No.
I got 2 legs, bro.
They might. It's 2019, you bigot.
You're down, by the way, you're down to 5 questions. Make it count.
Oh god.
Oh, so entire chains of restaurants dedicated to this.
Is it some form of like cow?
Yes.
A form of
Okay.
cow. I choose form of cow.
So is it a hamburger?
Wow.
You say like veal or like certain slices of cow in a sense, you know.
Okay. Is it a hamburger?
Oh,
Yes.
Bam!
oh,
But
form of cow.
Specifically, which hamburger, and for specifically which
a
hamburger?
cheeseburger. It's a cheeseburger.
That
Someone
went
made the
viral?
viral video of a cheeseburger and I missed it.
Yeah. What cheeseburger went
Yeah,
viral?
I feel like I'm missing
What
out. I'm like,
cheeseburger?
wait, what?
We didn't get it.
No, you have 3 questions left. So actually,
We didn't get it.
No, you got it right. It is cheeseburger, but which cheeseburger?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Wait,
Who made it?
is it that 10
Oh,
patty?
it's the Impossible Burger.
No, that's,
Close.
I was
Is it
gonna
that-
say
is it
because
that
that's
10 patty-
supposed to
is it
be
that-
all vegetarian.
is it that 10 patty burger?
Oh my god.
No. 2 more. You got 2 left.
I don't know.
I'm losing my mind.
Okay, so it's some sort of hamburger, But you
It
said
is a cheeseburger. Yes, it is a cheeseburger. For which specific restaurant made it?
What the fuck? Viral. I'm gonna say that it was Five Guys.
Yes!
Yes!
Burger!
Woo!
Burger!
Woo!
so. It's just
I'll
a
take
Five
the
Guys
win.
cheeseburger.
Well, yes, actually, like honestly, everyone's gonna be pissed. They're gonna be like, I want a Five Guys burger. And, like everyone was losing their shit. They wanted it last night, but now it's like it's like now great. But they all some of them decided some of them bugged out to grab a couple of extra last minute presents for Christmas. So it's like, all right, well, you bugged out. I'm ordering Five Guys. And then they're gonna show up and it's like, you pricks. They're gonna want Five Guys after that. It's like, oh, yep.
So let's hear. So there's a viral video then, right? Let's post. See if we can post a link for this. Let's find this.
It literally is
Five
like a guy.
Guys.
It's a guy who reviews Five Guys burgers. He goes, damn. Like someone actually made a full 3.5 minute song about his review of a Five Guys burger. It was fucking hilarious.
There it is. I found it.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny. Five Guys isn't Christmas related though necessarily.
No.
See, that's what I think. That's what
Everyone
misled
loves
us.
We did clarify that early though.
Well,
Yeah, we
yeah.
We did clarify.
Yeah,
it.
I was thinking of some kind of edible miniature cow that you could give your family for Christmas. Because maybe that's a thing in America. I don't know.
I'm Canadian. For the record, I'm Canadian. Let's be very clear. I'm Canadian, so
We have a miracles here in America.
I'm gonna spoil something about the beginning of The Witcher. Okay, it's a very minor thing.
Okay.
if you read the books, it doesn't matter. So
Okay, the first episode, it begins with him fighting this monster, right? And there's
Yeah.
you see this like Bambi like deer, and then there's this monster that comes out of the water after the deer, and the Witcher's in the water with the thing, and then they he pulls it back in, they fight some more, and then he gets out, and the deer's still there, still standing, but he actually got gouged in such a way that he's just not going to make it. And the Witcher goes, "This just isn't your day." And then later on, he shows up at the a bar, and they say, "Do you want anything to eat?" And he goes, "Oh, I've already had venison."
Jeez.
So he eats Bambi.
Damn. He's the culprit here. He was the one who got by his mom.
oh no, oh no,
Right? Yeah, man. That got quite dark.
So, okay, well, on that note, do you want to do the raffle now, or you want to wait a little while?
We could do our first raffle, sure.
Okay.
How should we do it? Do you think?
I don't know.
Just have everyone. We did on Raven's campaign countdown as we have people tweet out a specific word, or not tweet out, but just put a specific word in the chat.
We can simplify this. I think there's only 2 people.
Yeah, I think Duskwall and Neostar right now. Yeah.
Why don't you just flip a coin?
Because I don't have any coins.
Okay, well,
You guys are digital coins.
I spent all my money on comics. Duh.
That's what happens when you're a comic book professional. You don't have coins.
Digital coin. That's not. I think that means something else. Digital coin flip. Justflipacoin.com. There's literally a website for it.
All right, I got it.
Right.
Dustquill is odd, and Neostar is even.
I'm not sure what that means.
I've got a D4 handy.
Oh, I was gonna say, how can the heads be odd or even?
It's a 4.
What is
It's a 4, so that's Neostar, right?
Neostar, you win. I will write that down. Make sure I got you as winner. So you I'll message you after the show, and you'll be able to choose any comic or the magazine that you want for your prize.
And so I was kind of hoping for the deadline. I should because we've spoken about this actually a little bit. The thing is, we're going for the next issue of Wikid Magazine. Charger is going to have what is called a midquel, so it'll be set between issues 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
I think I was going to be writing probably a second. I was probably going to do a second article that'll actually be detail, like kind of be like one will be like a newspaper article kind of thing that details the events of what happens after his father's death. So like champion racer killed in car accident kind of thing. And then the other one was going to be a midquel that was set between issues 1 and 2.
Cool.
That kind of
Very
fleshes
nice,
out the
man.
supporting cast a little bit.
We'll do our next raffle in just a little bit. So if you know no one comes on, either that or I could just we'll see. Oh,
So-
but yeah, we'll be
my
doing some
question-
giveaways basically throughout the show.
Are we just giving away random comics, or do they get to choose?
I was thinking they get to choose.
Oh,
I don't know because I hadn't really thought it out and then it already happened and I was like, oh, I didn't choose a comic, so I guess we'll just have them choose one.
That works.
And I figure if that way, if say like Neostar already has some Wicked comics, he doesn't get a duplicate. You know, he'll get something new.
this is also true.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll announce another one soon. But you gotta go, man.
Yes, I do. But
Hey,
I appreciate
okay.
I appreciate the link, and I appreciate you guys put up with a little of my shenanigans for a little bit.
No worries, man. Thank you for joining us for the game and having some fun with us. And we'll go ahead and put out your Twitter so people can go ahead and follow you on there as well.
Yeah, you guys can follow me at Charger Collins on Twitter. That tends to be where you find all of my shenanigans and my Superman and Star Wars rants, which have become a little legendary.
Oh, that's funny.
I will admit that's where, if you want to see me basically go on a rampage about Superman or Star Wars, you'll find me there. And apart from that, on that note, you guys all have a Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or whatever holiday you're celebrating this year.
Merry Christmas, man. You take care.
Yeah, you take care.
Sorry on
Bye.
Oh,
So onward and upwards we go. Onwards and upwards. So we've done a game, we've done a raffle. So well, maybe just see who's gonna be coming through here.
Yeah, this is about the time when other people would be showing up, right?
Right. I'm gonna send out the link again to see who's dropping in on this hour.
Okay.
But
I can stick around for a few more minutes, then I got to
Okay.
take off and do,
no worries, man.
father things.
Mhm.
yeah, I have to go myself because it's Saturday afternoon here and I got stuff to do and stuff to eat.
He's got to draw like 3 more comics today.
That's also true. I'm
also
less
true.
chatty than usual because I'm actually penciling the next page of SOS for Chimera Comics.
Yes.
I thought that Zag was taskmastery, bro. You haven't met Michael, also known as Chimera Comics. Holy shit!
Oh, that's funny.
Draw, you Mexican, draw. Why are you drawing?
It's like you're like it's like Taskmaster from what's that movie? Mad Max. You're the guy on the bottom, and he's the guy on the top with the whip.
Yeah,
Get to work.
Yeah, he's smaller than I am, so he gets to ride me.
Exactly, that's right. It's a win-win relationship, It works for everyone. Oh, that's funny. So do you have to get going right now then, or you want to stick around for a bit?
I have a
little bit more?
probably 50 minutes, something like that. So yeah, so make them count.
And now, hey, speaking of counting, we got another added to our count here, and welcome Matt Trin to the group here.
Hey, Matt.
Matt?
He's still muted.
He's muted, yeah.
Unmute thyself.
Yeah, there we go.
Or at least one of,
Podcaster, unmute thyself.
There he is.
there he is.
Hey, Matt.
Well, the gang's all here.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
he's
he's out.
And the gang's all gone.
Now Spork's here.
Oh no, he transformed into Sparkman. Welcome. Whoa.
Now that I think about it, I think I never saw the both of them together in the same room.
Oh man,
I don't think I have either. That's
It raises
true.
too many
Oh
questions.
my god, that's really weird.
Dude,
I just realized that too.
there's a limit of 6 people that can be on these. Is that correct?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I
But
think
I don't know.
there used to. I think there actually is when it comes. I mean,
It says
it's either 6 or 8. I don't
well
know.
I'm not sure, but Matt got. It says actually Matt's can't get on because his mic is unconnected. But
Okay.
looks like, but yes, 6 is the limit. You're right.
Okay, I'm gonna bump myself then because he's gonna want to come on and talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
I ask him about ask him if he wants to comment on the fact that there is this The Mythics thing that's being solicited in the next previews.
Would say that again?
There's a comic called The Mythic that's being solicited in the next previews, and be interested in. I'll just watch and see if he wants to answer that and just what he thinks of this whole thing.
Interesting. I'll bring that up to him. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, we were talking about it in Wikid chat last night.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting. Nice. Okay, I'll bring it up. All right, thanks, man. Well, hey, thanks for having a great time. And where can people follow you online just so that they can see all your adventures?
I think he's already gone.
Oh, well, I'll answer for him.
Oh no!
Yeah, at Jeremy Lott Diary on Twitter, and you guys can follow him there and check out all his cool stuff. Hey, Matt. Sorry to put you into the waiting room. We found out there's a limit of 6, or some of us already knew apparently.
Yeah, you have to be on a pro account in order to have more than 6
Oh,
people
okay.
in.
Well, I might just go ahead and upgrade then, because I didn't know that. That's a good feature. I like the service, so I mean, I might pay for it and take an upgrade. I think it's. Did someone just leave again? Then we lost Matt again. Oh well, he might be having some mic issues. But yeah. So, what has everyone got plans for holidays this season?
I'm just staying around the house and doing family stuff. My wife is in a 24/7 operation, so she's going to be working most of the holidays.
Jeez, what does she do again?
Right now, she works for the sheriff's office, and she works in warrants, so they have to be available to relay information to officers 24/7.
Jeez, that sounds intense.
Not really. She was doing 911 dispatch for a little bit, and that's intense.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Jeez. That does sound intense. Well,
I remember this. I remember this movie with Halle Berry, in which she was like a 911 dispatch girl, and she gets called from the trunk of a car by a girl who's been kidnapped, and it's like a really short, really really tense movie. And I realized this is one of the most. It can be one of the most depressing jobs in the world. Like, imagine wanting to help someone and you can't, and they're like just one call away,
Yeah,
right.
and I was giving her like a heads up, like you might get phone calls where you are trying to help someone, and you will listen to them like get blown away while they're on the phone with you. Like, be prepared for that mentally.
Yeah, I don't think you can go into law enforcement, any kind of law enforcement job, whether that's on the, obviously with the gun side of things and enforcing laws, or whether it be behind the scenes in the desk stuff. You can't really do any of these jobs unless you have a certain mentality and a certain fortitude. That's something that they definitely imparted to us when I was in my classes at getting my criminal justice degree. They definitely emphasize, you really kind of have to have a bit of a hard stomach, maybe you say.
Yeah,
probably the best way to say it. You gotta be able to stomach all this.
Especially since there's certain things that you have to, like, as law enforcement, view just to see which crimes are committed. Luckily, I don't have to do any of that.
They actually, even in my forensics class for cybersecurity, like they teach us like there's things you're gonna see that you're not wish you're gonna want to see.
True. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, especially when it comes to cyber stuff. Yes, there's a lot of that there.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that, man. But yeah, it looks like we got Matt back. Maybe. Can you speak to us, Matt? Can you hear us? Can you hear the words that come out of my mouth?
He's here.
Speak, man.
Speak and speak, friend, and enter. So Matt, before Jeremy left, he wanted me to ask you about a comic book that's coming out called Mythic, and then what you kind of thought about that.
The Mythics.
The Mythics?
Yes.
Were you referring to the one that you guys put in detail last night?
I don't know. Yes. I wasn't there.
Very different from what I'm doing. So, no worries about that.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
That is the downside, though. You can have titles with with the same name, as long as your content's not the same.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's movies with the same name.
I pointed out that there's a series called The Wrath.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of the same thing with movies and even like bands who use the same song names. It's so difficult sometimes because it's like most names are already taken, so it's kind of like, do you copy them or use them as an inspiration? How do you want to go about that?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It is definitely tough.
Well, we ran into the same issue, Mike. Remember when we were talking about, when you guys found out there was another title called Sporkman. Well, we're like, yeah, well, we deal with that already, and that's why we have like all our titles underneath there, like Goes to Japan, conventions, and stuff like that. So it signifies and sets us separate from that.
Right? Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's an interesting subject. Do you guys how do you guys usually go about choosing titles and stuff?
I know for us on our side, usually we try to go with whatever the theme of the comic is. Like like for instance, with conventions, he's at a convention. Sporkman goes to Japan. Well, he's taking a trip to Japan. Sporkman on the high seas. Well, you're dealing with pirates and underwater. You know what I mean? So it's kind of whatever the theme is.
Yeah, it's kind of tells you really like, okay, you know what you're getting in for.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, here's a fun thing about me. I suck at picking up titles, so I don't know. I always try to create characters who have like cool names, really cool battles names, like Decimators, and I just call the comic that because otherwise I wouldn't know what the hell to call it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in that same boat, Yubai. I'm not necessarily good with titles.
Well, yeah, Project R was kind of like, where'd that come from? But we've come to grow. It's grown on us, I
mean, the way I look at it is that you got to kind of look at it for what we're doing later on as more of a militaristic term in a sense. It's kind of like what we would do here in America. We code name certain
Project
things.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I get that, and that actually, I think that's why I've come to like it a lot more. Is it has come to mean a lot more for the series. It originally was kind of almost like a generic
like
kind of name. Yeah, but it has come to take on more meaning, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and then there's the one I've been working on for years called it's still working title, The Keepers. So I've always felt that it needs something different, but I'm like, I don't know what else to call it.
They actually do the project names in law enforcement too. Like our office has a couple that comic book fan named them. So we have Project Omega Red and Project Venom.
Nice.
What's the other one?
They sound like sting operations.
Omega Red was a gang wiretap, and then Operation Venom was a major human trafficking case against a guy known as the Spider.
Oh shit!
Wait! Is he the guy on? Does he got 6 arms or something like that? Because Destiny the Spider.
Oh right, yeah, the that big fat Taken guy. Or no, sorry,
Fallen.
Yep. Yeah.
Why do you have 6 arms?
I actually asked him why he went with Venom, and he's like, "Well, the guy's name is a Spider, so like, who's Spider-Man's like major Venom or major villain? We'll name it Venom." And I didn't know him too well, so when I asked him like, "Is Omega red?" and then he points to a box next to him, and it's got a picture that he printed out that has like Omega Red on it, and I'm like, "Okay, cool, that's what you went with."
The actual villain. Because he's a villain too he's a X-Men villain.
Yep, that's exactly who he had.
At least we can sit there and say that at least this cop's honest about his ideas.
Yeah,
this
is trying to say no. I can't help with it.
This is actually a DA that got to name him, but there were some other goofy ones. Like another county had a big one. It was a gang op, and they called it Operation Gang of Thrones.
Gang of Thrones.
So like some people like do something cool that they like. Some people do dad jokes. I mean, there's like all sorts of stuff out there.
Oh, that's hilarious. I
gotta say, I love how in
taste for comedy.
That's true. Yeah.
I was going to say that I love how nerdy the average American is. I love how nerd culture seems to have permeated the American culture, and you can find nerds in the police and in the Marines and whatnot. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely taken on a new life. You know, nerds are in now.
Yeah, I remember once when I was reading the Ultimates that a Marine sent Mark Millar a picture of him reading the Ultimate comics, in which Captain America was like a headshot, like a big shot of the A on his forehead in the cover, and he was reading it while lying on Saddam Hussein's bed.
They send that to who? Mark Millar?
Yeah, to Mark Millar, the writer of the Ultimates.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, you think about it. Really, before like our generation got into, into positions of power, geek culture really was not permeable. And now that we're in those positions, we're allowed to bring our stuff into, our culture, geek culture into it, and now it's acceptable.
Yes, it's as they say, nerds will inherit the earth.
It all has to do with computers.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had to do with computers, because I was, I'm 44, so I might be maybe the oldest of the bunch here. It still wasn't like computers were still kind of like out and out, until about the mid 90s, when Batman really started kicking in and some of the other stuff, other graphic novels started becoming popular and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Well, it's internet. Then computers became more accessible, more user friendly. You have the internet. I would say that it's very technology driven.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It really almost like a trifecta, like became almost, it needed the internet to become popular, because it was a place where fellow comic book fans could gather, and then you move to the conventions. Even though conventions had always been around, it was very hard to get to conventions, for the most part. And now, I mean, it's everywhere.
Also, I think it showed, investors like, oh wait, there's this whole group of people out there that we're not getting money from.
Yeah. 100%. I would agree with that completely.
So, are you guys ready for another Christmas game? I got a different one this time.
All right.
I'll just leave you guys at that. It's time for me to leave, but it's been great.
Then before you head out, can you give us your plugs?
Come again?
Where can people find you on the internet?
Oh yeah, sure. They can find me on Twitter at Decimator'sArt. They can also follow me on Instagram, even though I am rarely there because I'm a lazy bastard and I'm always drawing. And of course, we can be friends on Facebook because I'm a friendly guy and I always like to make new friends everywhere.
And he wants to say hi to you.
Yes, please.
Please don't forget to plug your whatever crowdfunding you have right now.
Yeah, please do back Iron Sights Part 2. Sights Harder. Zach likes to call him two psychos. I don't care. I call it Sights Harder. And you can also back SOS. Both projects are being refunded, but they're on demand right now. So if you're more of the, like myself, I just want the comic, thank you very much. That would be a great time to back them.
Very nice, man. And as we were just discussing earlier, Iron Sights has now broken over $100,000, incredibly.
Yes.
So it's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty damn good, I'd say.
I'm pretty proud of myself, and I'm proud of Zach because he finally learned how to promote Iron Sights.
Oh, really? Interesting. You guys have been doing better with that this time around, huh?
Everyone keeps telling me that we made more money than the first one. I think so. I never paused to count it, but I think we did. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Very nice, man. And with SOS, you guys are going strong. Have you guys reached your goal yet? Let's see.
Let me check. We're hoping for like 2K yesterday.
Oh, yeah, nice, man. So you guys are in demand right now. So still time to back the book and get a copy of this one. And this one's about 3 Hitman brothers turned monster hunters. So it's a great story and got some really cool stuff there.
Yeah, I like to call it assholes from hell because they're like three really anti-heroic guys. But like Camara says, it's a mixture of Spawn and Ghostbuster, something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That sounds great. Well, thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it. I know you got to run in and get to that drinking of yours, but please do have a great night. Drink as much eggnog filled with liquor as you need.
Thank you.
Have a happy holiday.
The first half dozen will be in your honor, guys.
Oh,
Thanks for
good.
that.
You're welcome, man. Take care.
All right.
We'll
You
see
too,
next
guys.
time.
Bye.
All right. Well, in that case, let's. If you guys are ready, we can go ahead and get started with the game I had in mind. It's called Christmas. Would you rather? Woohoo! Cheers.
Oh boy.
So let's go ahead and just do a handful of these, and then we'll do another raffle. If there's enough people for a raffle. If not, we'll probably just do a giveaway. Because yeah. But okay, so the first one I want to ask you guys is: would you rather have to eat a whole turkey in one sitting, or never be able to eat a turkey again? Wait, that doesn't sound right. Wait, do you eat turkey on Christmas? Is that right?
Yeah.
You can't eat turkey.
Some people do.
Some
but,
people eat turkey.
I'd rather not eat turkey ever again.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really a bird fan, so.
Not a bird fan. Oh man, not a bird fan. I've never heard anyone put it that way. That's funny. Do you like chicken at least?
Here and there, it depends on how it's made.
Oh wow, interesting. I would say I would probably eat a whole turkey.
Oh God, no.
Wait, what were the questions again?
Would you rather eat a whole turkey in one sitting, or never be able to eat turkey again?
One setting for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for never again.
Yeah, I could go never again. That's a lot of turkey.
And maybe you get a small bird, right? You get a small little, like a baby.
Well, at that point, you can just compare it to a chicken.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That's a good consensus on that one. There's no way to win this game, is there?
No, there's no winning.
I give out point. I'll start giving out points. You get 1,000 points for those answers. Everyone gets 1,000 points.
You get a point. You get a point. You get a point.
Exactly. Everyone gets a point. That's a terrible question. Let's see. Would you rather? Oh, this is interesting. Would you rather want to get to invent a holiday on whatever day you want, or to have a holiday fall on your birthday?
I would rather invent a holiday any day I want.
Sportman Day.
I'd rather have that than have it on my birthday. I know a few friends who are pretty close to holidays and they hate it.
Yeah. Well, I fall right in between two holidays, so
Yeah, that's true.
Halloween and Thanksgiving. So yeah, no.
All right, I have a question before I answer.
Mhm.
Does making my holiday count if I make Festivus real?
Yes, that does count.
Then I think I would make Festivus real.
That would be an interesting holiday, wouldn't it? That's from Friends, right?
Yeah, no, Seinfeld. With
Seinfeld.
The Festivus poll and the
Airing of the grievances.
Yes, airing of the grievances.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Having a holiday on your birthday, I'm trying to think if there's any good holiday that you could possibly want to have on your birthday. Like what could it be? Like when they all suck?
Actually, I wouldn't mind having my birthday on Halloween.
That's interesting. That might not be so bad. Yeah, I could see that.
Patty's Day.
Yeah, maybe that one. Get to drink a lot. You definitely wouldn't want like Christmas or Thanksgiving.
No, 4th of July would be cool.
Yeah, get
You would
fireworks.
be lucky if it was like the holiday close to mine. It's not really a holiday, but it's something that people in America have to observe.
Boxing
Flag
Day? Oh, right. Flag.
It's sometimes
Flag
on my
Day?
birthday and sometimes a week before it. So it's kind of
Wait,
like
what's Flag Day? Is that where you celebrate flags?
it's a day where Americans have to fly their flags.
Upon penalty of death, right?
I don't fucking know. As far as I know, you don't get in trouble for not flying your flag. It's like, who cares? especially nowadays.
Well, yeah.
All I know is that it was created by Eisenhower.
I think it was also to
I'm
celebrate.
pretty sure a lot of things he did we don't do anymore.
True.
I think it was also to celebrate like D-Day and stuff like that.
Which they have Memorial Day and Veterans Day for, I think.
Yeah. It's just more stuff to, in a sense, honor the people of our past, in a sense, who helped create what we have today.
Dude, I love this next one. Would you rather your office always smelled like gravy or always smelled like turkey?
Gravy.
Oh God, no! I'd rather have.
Really? I don't know. That's a tough one. Turkey depends on the gravy, though. There's different types of gravy, you know. Like I enjoyed a good turkey gravy.
That's true, but most of the time afterwards, you would just probably feel like you work inside of a Popeyes or a KFC.
Matt, do you care to answer it for us?
What?
Matt, do you care to answer this one? Because I know you've had some experience with this.
I think I'm gonna go with gravy more than turkey because that definitely smell like you work at Popeyes.
Well, my fiance used to work for him, so I know that would smell pretty well.
For me, it would be pretty funny because they moved the courtroom dog to my floor, so either one, he would just be going nuts.
Oh, man. He's like, where's that gravy? Give me the gravy.
Give me the gravy.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. They're like, get this gravy out of here. I can't handle this.
He's just wandering around drooling all day. Where is it?
That's good. Would you rather have to eat 1,000 chocolate Hanukkah coins or eat just one, but with the wrapper still on?
I think, ew.
Right?
Oh.
You can imagine doing it.
That's a bad one for both me and Chuck because it's like eating tinfoil or diabetic coma.
Yeah, not a great option there.
No, not a great option at all. But if I had to, I think I would probably take the as much as I would have to grin and bear it, would be probably the tinfoil.
Hey, but maybe you could have like a bunch of fruit or something. No, insulin. Maybe have like an insulin shot ready.
Oh, I'm not diabetic, but still, I'm borderline. So.
Oh, really? Okay. So what is? Oh, wait. What is your issue then? With that? Because
it's just a lot of sugar. It's gonna put anyone.
Yeah.
I see.
That would fuck anyone up.
Oh, I see. You just meant in general, like a sugar coma.
Yep.
I see. Well, then definitely, you're screwed. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do to help you.
Like I don't even know like 100 of those. Like, what's the sugar intake? Because I've never done anything like more than like maybe 60 grams in a day.
Probably death.
I'm looking up on Google. How many grams of sugar in a Hanukkah chocolate coin?
And if I think if I remember correctly, like their content is almost like German chocolate.
Looks like 80 calories, 9 grams of carbs. I didn't say the sugar though.
That's pretty much the carbs.
That's probably the 9 grams of carbs.
So 900 grams of. Oh gosh, I would have to get through the one coin because I'm pretty sure 100 would kill me. Or I would be asleep for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, that's funny. So we'll do a few more of these and then go ahead and do the giveaway. Let's see. A lot of these are Hanukkah themed. That's interesting. It's like I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can talk Hanukkah. We could go Hanukkah question.
Would you rather?
Hanukkah is going on right now.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a little appropriate.
So we'll do one more Hanukkah and then I'll move on to some Christmas ones. Would you rather get a paper cut every time you wrap a Hanukkah present, or get burned every time you light the menorah? God.
Paper cut.
Really?
Paper cut.
Well, do you have a lot of presents to wrap?
Ugh. I think I'd still take the paper cut because I don't want to get burnt.
Really?
Like how are we talking? We're just talking like match burn or like first or second degree? Like your whole arm's on fire because of the menorah. If there's what, eight times you have to light the menorah?
Oh, right. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's 8.
I would go with the burn.
You would go with the burn. Ouch. Burns are painful though. Paper cuts are really painful though too, and they're so annoying. You always hate it when you get a paper cut. You're like, really? And it's almost like it's an insult because it's like paper's so flimsy. How could it cut you? It's like how dare you hurt me, you flimsy piece of paper?
That's why I think that's why the cut hurts worse because it's shallower, so it's just right there. So
and burn you can run underwater and make you feel better.
Yep.
Do you know what's worse? Is when you get a paper cut from like a manila folder. I don't know if you ever had one of those.
Oh yeah, those hurt, dude. Those are brutal.
Paper cuts from cardboard.
Yeah, those are bad too.
Worse
Bad too, yeah. Yeah, this yikes. Would you? Oh, that's weird. Would you rather have to sing Jingle Bells nonstop for 24 hours or not celebrate Christmas this year? That's a tough one. You're really asking a lot there.
I don't know. I think I could skip Christmas.
I think I can skip Christmas. Yeah, I can skip Christmas because I'm working this year, so there's no Christmas anyhow. So.
Oh boy, are you really working on Christmas this year?
I have to work the night before and Christmas night. Yep.
Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's just too bad.
It's okay.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, but you know what? It's time and a half. That's the way I look at it.
That's good. Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at it.
I actually work Christmas Eve.
Really?
I get off at 5.
Still, wow.
Or sorry, 4:30.
That's too bad. District Attorney's office doesn't take more time off for Christmas, huh?
We are basically open when the courts open, and courts are open that day.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's understandable.
We're 24/7 because we handle hospitals. So.
Yeah. Wow.
There is no breaks on that.
Man, crazy time. Must be busy this holiday season. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, let's do 2 more. Let's do 2 more. Excuse me. Does anyone watch sports around here? We got any sports fans?
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather? Let's see. What's with all the gravy questions? So many gravy questions.
I was hungry.
I guess so. Yeah, that's funny. And then that's kind of similar to the one we did earlier. Wow. A lot of. I'm starting to sense a theme here. There's a lot of like general trends. Like here's another one about Hanukkah coins. Really
weird.
Why are you guys not that good at this?
Is there a Hanukkah coins dipped in gravy question?
Oh God.
Would you rather
fries covered in cheese and gravy? Ugh.
Would you rather?
No.
Would you? I'm trying to see which one you got. Pine Needles. The sports are no good. I'm not doing this sports. Okay. This one sounds good. Would you rather have to put up an outdoor Christmas lights for all your neighbors or wrap all the holiday presents for extended family members?
I'll do the wrapping because I don't really have communication with a lot of my extended family, so I'm okay with that one.
That would be tough.
Yeah, I don't really have much extended family, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, exactly. Because fuck going over to my neighbors.
I would put up the lights, I think.
That's a lot of ladder work.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work right there.
What do you consider a neighbor, though, right? I mean, what would you really consider a neighbor? You know,
your entire street.
No,
They said like
I
your
didn't my
it's
parents
it
are
said
bad.
all your
those are
neighbors.
man.
No
Yeah.
way. Nah, they ain't.
Yeah, that's all your neighbors.
My neighbors are my
I'm saying,
two right next,
no.
and maybe the ones across the street. Anyway, we
wouldn't
got
do
one.
it.
We got one in the chat actually. That's kind of funny.
We have a few that were in the chat, I
Oh
believe.
really? Oh, I'll start. I'll see if we can pull some from the chat then. Christmas, would you rather's focus on Hanukkah and gravy. That's true. Yes. I know, right? It's like so Christmas themed. It's so Christmas. It's about Hanukkah and gravy.
This one was
Hey, we
spot
gotta
on. You
throw
got
some other
lights.
holiday in here somehow.
Yeah.
That's true. So would you where was it? Oh, would you rather only eat a fruit cake or holiday desserts? Sorry. Would you rather eat fruit cake for holiday desserts only, or not have any dessert at all?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Really?
No
Yeah.
dessert at all.
No
Really?
dessert at all.
Oh man, a whole Christmas season with no dessert? That sounds miserable.
That's what I should be doing.
Fun,
But
'cause whatever dessert you get, you can probably save till like the week after Christmas.
Okay,
Be like,
I got
"I
it.
can eat it."
Oh my god, we're onto something, guys. It's called the fruitcake diet. You just all you have in your house is fruitcake, and you realize I don't want to eat any snacks now because all I have is fruitcake.
Gross, man.
Exactly. No one would.
no,
no one would
that's see, what would happen is you would just be like, "F this fruitcake, I'm going to Jack in the Box."
Yeah, that's the most likely thing.
All right, one more, and then we'll go ahead and call it there. But let's see, one good one. Would you? Would you rather? I'll make one up actually for this last one. On my own. Would you rather replace Santa in a Tim Allen Santa Claus type situation, or would you rather have to vomit gumdrops every morning before going to work?
Like every morning, or just every
Every
morning
morning.
during Christmas?
Every morning during Christmas.
During Christmas. Okay.
I'll take Santa's job.
Go take Santa's job. That means
Yeah.
that you have to. That means you don't get a Christmas anymore, and that you have to work year round. And move to
Plus,
North Pole.
you have all that unhealthy weight gain and facial hair.
And
Well,
you're
I'm probably half that size right now.
Matt, you haven't thought about it.
I got a little beard going, so I'm okay with that. As far as the white hair, always wanted it. So
you haven't thought about the worst part.
To me, it's perfect.
No, man, because you missed the worst part, man, which is that you're Tim Allen.
It's not that bad.
No, trust me, it's bad.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Because if I go to prison, I can make people laugh, just like he did. So it's perfect.
All right, man. If you're okay with it, I just wanted you to be aware of all this, the whole situation.
And it's only for one day, right? You said one day.
No. You have Santa's job. Like that's
a year-round job, man.
You know what?
You're
Fuck
Tim
it.
Allen.
Fuck it. I have the rest of the year off. Fuck it. I have all the other elves doing my job for me. Fuck it. Fine. I'll be able to sneak in people's houses. Come on.
I'll vomit gumdrops.
Perfect.
That's a good question. Neostar asks, "Do I get a Mrs. Claus?" Very good question. I don't.
Well, if I have his job, I have his wife.
Well,
Yeah,
do you remember? Did he get a wife in the movie? I don't remember. I think
yes, the third one. He has to go and find the wife.
Yeah, he had to
hilarious.
Bring his own or something.
Yeah, he had to basically find a Mrs. Claus.
BYOW, bring your own wife.
That's fine. I'm already engaged, so there we go.
Damn, he's good, man. He's good to go. He's good to go. He's on lock.
It gives me so much time for Wicked, man. I could just sit there and work on the website. I could sit there and draw. I'd be like, all right, guys, sorry, but I got a thing to do for the next technically 24 hours, but it's really 48 hours. So bye.
Yeah, true. It's
think of how many kids would get Wicked comics then.
Oh my God, our distribution would be
need distribution taken care of. They just get a package every year.
Screw Alterna, Screw Diamond distribution. We're gonna have our own Santa Claus distribution.
Man,
there we go.
If anyone got it.
See, it works so perfectly.
It's amazing. I love it. And now for our surprise announcement, we've teamed up with Santa Claus. We're taking it global.
If only, man. If only.
Right, that's what I want for Christmas this year.
Watch, I bet somehow 500 years in the future, we're probably going to have a real life Santa Claus.
I think
I mean, we could do all that shit with this technology.
Dude, that sounds like a
So
horror movie
basically,
gone wrong.
Amazon.
But it sounds like
Yeah, but Amazon has no way to get inside your house yet besides Alexa. So
I like that.
that's why I said besides Alexa.
No, actually, I think they do have a delivery service now where they have a box by your front door with a key to your house, and they come in and deliver your stuff.
It's called Amazon House Enter Your House. But
Yeah,
no,
I think there's
I would just call
one where
that
they.
the fuck out of my house because I
They-
don't want Amazon coming inside my house. I don't even have Alexa.
it would be funny though. It's like an AI Santa Claus. Like someone creates like a Santa Claus AI in the future, and it starts wreaking havoc. It's like, oh no, this is not what I created it for.
Like in Futurama.
Yeah, Futurama.
Yeah, that's the Futurama one, the one who would determine who would be naughty or nice, and then
Futurama's
the
on
naughty ones get taken care of, and the nice ones get their presents.
The only
And I
nice
think it's
one is
funny
Zoidberg.
because for Futurama, Zoidberg's the only one who gets a present every time. They state that in the last season that Zoidberg always dies.
Oh, that's funny, man. I love Futurama. It's such a good show. But it's funny. I saw in Berkeley. I saw this robot that was delivering food. It looked like a cooler on wheels. It was just driving around delivering food. And I saw it opens up, like it stopped in front of someone, and then the top opened up, and he reached in and pulled out a bag of his food and just walked off.
I mean, that's pretty fucking goddamn genius right there.
Right?
But at the same time, I'm a little afraid of it because that would still have content. Like it would remind me pretty much of Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone and what's his name?
Rob Schneider.
Yes, Rob Schneider. And the first time you see Rob Schneider, he's inside of one of those food processors.
Interesting. I don't know. I've never seen that movie, but
oh, dude, that movie was hella good, man.
Really?
I mean, for early '90s, late '80s style movie of action, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it can't compare to the new Judge Dredd, but for what it is, it's pretty good.
Nice.
It's a Sylvester Stallone movie. Think of it that way.
By the way, one more comment on the Santa Claus situation. Neostar says, yes, distribution will be a cinch. Get a Wicked comic with every present and get a wife. I'd love to be Santa Claus. Sounds like a good deal to me. Oh, that's fun. But well, I think I'm ready to give another Wicked comic away. I think is Neostar in the chat still? I mean, sorry, Neostar.
That's cool.
In the chat, yeah. Hey, that's cool. So, even if he's not, I'll message him after the show. But you are our second winner, Desquil. You get whatever you'd like from the Wicked the Wicked chest, the Wicked coffers, as so to speak. So, if you want a new comic, or if you want to get the magazine, or whatever you want, just let us know, and we'll hook you up with it. You are a winner. Ding, 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 ding. All right, and so with that, we'll play another game probably in a little bit, maybe one more game. But for now, we'll. What do you guys got going on this holiday? Anyone got plans this holiday season?
I actually plan on going down to the Bay to go see my mom.
Really?
We should meet up.
It might be possible. It depends on what day I have to get back because technically they want me there for the 26th, but I told them that I'm trying to go down to the Bay, and they're like, we might need to find you coverage, but maybe. And I was like, okay. I had like a month ago, never heard a word, so I don't know.
Well, definitely, me and Scott are thinking about trying to meet up, and I was going to give him his Christmas care package, so maybe all three of us can meet up if we.
Yeah, that would be a good time to.
Yeah, I'm not glad. We can even meet if you guys got time on Christmas. You know,
maybe Christmas is tough, but I'll let you know for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I should be around, and we can also discuss putting Wrath into print.
Heck yeah, man. That's gonna be
There
awesome.
we go. Get some business done.
Mm-hmm. That's right, man. Yeah, it's been a good year. You know, we shipped out probably over 300 or 400 comics, I'd say, maybe this year.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in all, and we just finished up international shipping on Jack Irons a couple weeks ago. I think they're in the mail still. People are probably going to be getting the last one soon, and then we also handle all replacements for Jack Irons and Movie Men as well. So yeah, as of right now, we're all set for this year. So this is exciting, man. It was a good year, I think, for Wicked, and only hoping for better things for next year. But yeah, so if you guys haven't let me know, just let me know if you guys still need to get your care packages. I'll be sending those out, the rest of those out probably this weekend.
Sounds good.
Excuse me. So anyone have any new comic updates? Any projects they want to share?
Well, I've got the second script mostly locked down,
Hey,
and did a little bit of work on the third script.
that's
Other
good,
things.
man.
Yeah, I need to start working on the script for chapter 2. I've done some work on it. I've got most of the outlined, and I've got 60 panels, I think, into it. So I've got some headway there. And then, like we were just talking, we got to get Wrath out to the printers. Do you want to go over what's going on there? Because I know the Mythoverse had a bit of a snag.
There's not much we can really talk about right now, other than that we're trying to get things worked out, and hopefully we can get those books finished up and out to the backers real soon. Other than that, there's a lot of moving parts right now, so I can't necessarily comment too much on it.
Okay. Yeah. I know they said that there was an issue with the equipment at our printer, and they were
Right.
scrambling to get that fixed.
Right. So yeah. So we'll be having a talk with some of the Wikid creators later. After tonight, we're meeting with the Mythoverse guys to kind of go over everything, and then once we've had a chance to talk with them, we'll probably have more information to share.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely we've been going through some transition stuff here, so it's been slowing things down a little bit, which is unfortunate. We want to get those books out to backers.
Which works out because I need to do some adjustments on the Wrath digital before it's ready to go to solid print.
Mm-hmm.
Which it sounds like I got it out to all my backers because no one's come back at me saying like, "Oh, I didn't get it." So that's good news.
Yeah, that is definitely good, and I think people will be really happy once it does come out in print. I think it'll definitely be worth the wait for sure. And then Chuck, how are things going on your end with all your art and stuff coming up?
Well, I actually just finished the initial lettering the other day with Sporkman. So issue 1. So I'm doing some tweaking. I'm going to get some people to review just to look over everything, just to make sure it looks good. And then we'll probably get it out to the digital backers. But we're not going to go to print yet because we want to do print all 3 at the same time and then the trade. Okay. But we'll do the digital at least. And also what I'm going to do is all the backers that did back us on the trade, I'm also going to be giving them the digital along with it because unfortunately it was our screw up for being late. So I want to reward them for being extra.
Nice, man. I think they'll appreciate that for sure. Yeah. Nice, man. Well, that's good. Sounds like you're making progress on your end as well.
Yep.
Sporkman.
Progress on Wicked.
What's that, Matt?
Nothing but progress on the Wicked's front.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's right. In fact, we'll probably be starting to get the next issue of the magazine ready here pretty soon as well.
Cool.
With Project R as well, which
Matt's been
working on the cover.
Yeah, Matt's been laying out the kind of the thumbnails or the bare bones or the whatever you want to call it, for the layouts.
Layout, storyboard view of on how I envision a lot of the chapters, and once when I start getting it like transitioning from that to the rough draft, that's basically using that idea and basically final roughing it in a sense to where on how the artists do, where you're pretty much building it up, but if something's not correct, you can just look at your reference and then be like, I don't think this is going to work, and then have to come up with something new real quick and then see if that'll work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm excited. I think chapter 3 is going to be really interesting. It's kind of I don't know, it's a very tense issue. It deals with like a standoff between our two main characters and an urban mob, and how a situation can go from bad to really worse when there's a lot of people who are angry and involved in, how crowd mentality works. So it should be an.
I would say it's a little bit more than just that too, because it's an urban mob of Romans.
Mm-hmm.
This is ancient people, so it's not the way we would do things.
Mm-hmm. True, that's for sure. But yeah, it'll be exciting, and it'll lead into the 4th chapter, which we ended up splitting chapter 3 and 2 because it was like 40 pages, I think, was what we estimated. So we ended up splitting into 2 just to make it a little bit more feasible. But yeah, no, it's going good.
So you're planning 4 chapters for that one?
Oh no!
Okay.
No, what it was is that it used to be just 40 pages. Used to be chapter 3. And then after looking at it and reviewing it, we decided we should probably split it up to make it a little bit easier on not only just us, but a little bit more digestible for readers.
Mm-hmm.
And we can collaborate a little bit more on certain aspects of it. But we decided to, I think it's pretty much halfway through the chapter, we decided to split it up to where you see, like he was saying, like the control of the urban mob and what happens like pretty much after that. So we decided to go ahead and split that up.
And I'm really looking forward to down the line to chapter 5 and 6 because that's some of the really, really, really exciting stuff that we've been got cooked up to. It's I think we had the first 10 chapters already planned out, and then the story arcs for like the first several. Well, we have like a lot of the story arcs planned out as well. It's gonna be a long series, suffice to say.
Yeah.
Very cool. I hope I get 1 and 2 in my Wikid package this year.
You should, yeah. So you'll be getting both those this year, as well as many other amazing Wikid comics. Jack 1 and 2.
Finally.
Jack 1 and 2's out. Yep, giving those out this year. And of course, Barrels and Spork Man and Movie Men and a lot of good stuff. On my front, I'm working on a new. I've mentioned this several times, but I'm working on a new one-shot comic, 15 pages, set in my endemic universe. But this one I think I'll put out as an individual floppy, maybe with a little additional bonus material at the back or some more story. I haven't decided quite how I'm going to deliver that yet, but I'm excited because we're going to be working with Ellie Wright, the colorist who does a lot of work for Dynamite.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited to work with her.
She likes some of my stuff sometimes, and I'm just like, someone who colored Batman likes my stuff.
Right? That's so awesome, right? She's really great, and I really admire her color work on not only that series, but on Betty Page, and she worked recently on Sherlock Holmes. And
anything in Vampirella or anything?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. Quite possible. I know she has done a lot of work there, so I wouldn't necessarily be a surprise. But I also did the 007 series they did recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I think most of that stuff is on her Twitter profile.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can put a link up so I can. I don't.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in the chat on the YouTube so everyone can check it out. But yeah, I've been trying to get her because she's really busy, so I've been trying to kind of get around her schedule and all year, and so finally we finally figured out when would be good. So I'm very excited to have her work on the one shot comic. She's not our usual colorist. Our usual colorist for the main series are Cheryl, and otherwise known as Anika. She goes by that, and she's the flatter. And then we have Raven on the main colors. But yeah, no, but I'm super excited to work with Ellie. It's gonna be so awesome. And the story I came up with is really fun. I think it's called Taxi of the Dead, and I think it came out really good. The taxi cab here. If you guys don't mind, I was actually gonna show off the taxi here.
Yeah, I think I saw that when you shared
that. Yeah, right.
Now, going back to Endemic, that's going to be like a regular in the magazine, right?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, we have the issue 2 is almost done. I have all the flats in for it. I just need to have Raven work on the main colors.
And this is Lazy Witch Machi Raven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's doing a really great job with it.
She does have an eye for color work. I will say that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And she's doing a really interesting kind of textured look to everything, that kind of giving it a unique feel. One moment, let's see. But yeah, no, it's I really love. I'm having really fun with Endemic because I want this to be another long series, and so I've been putting a lot of work into making it a really rich world to kind of explore. And here, since I showed the taxi already in the Wikid chat, I'll just show another page real quick. How do we do this screen share?
Well, the viewers haven't seen the taxi.
Well, that's true. Maybe I'll show 2 pages then. So this is a page of the who I call the cartel leader. He's there's this the new villain kind of popping up for the next few issues called the High Street Cartel. And so in this one-shot comic, I'm introducing them. So even though it's a one-shot, it introduces characters that will appear in the main series. And I really love Dan's line work. I really enjoy it. I don't know.
Now that's some solid work.
Yeah, I think it's really clean.
So
these are pencil pages.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like he does traditional.
Yeah, definitely. And here's
It feels a lot nicer while drawing it.
What's that?
Doing traditional it feels a lot cleaner in a sense. I mean, sure, it gets smudgy and it's all grayed out, but it just
I don't know. There's something really.
It feels good drawing it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like traditional. It's fun that way, and then you can add the digital colors on top, and it really pops.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so these are, like I said, these are penciled ones. Obviously, he's gonna ink them in and stuff, but that you see at the top there that there's that's what, like the taxi cab that I came up with the concept for it. Kind of just did like a really rough sketch of the design, and then he kind of took it on his own to make the final one. But it's got machine guns and missile launchers and all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun issue. Yeah, and then Barrel's issue number 3, issues number 2 is gonna be coming out in probably January or February next year. We got a bit of a hold up, but we're gonna be getting that out, and then issue number 3 we'll start working on soon as well.
Awesome stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. Got to keep creating, man.
For sure. 100%.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And I like that I can, I've worked out good deals with them, and I'm able to kind of keep the comics funded for now. So that's always, it's always a plus.
Always great.
But enough about me. Let's hear about you.
Yeah, so more on like the front, I have for Volt Chaos, I have 23 pages written. First story treatment.
Nice.
Right now, Eric has we're still at 95% of the for on the high seas. We have a few things we're trying to tweak, but we want to kind of get through the doing the Japan stuff before kind of gearing back down.
Can I ask about High Seas real quick?
Yeah.
So is it going to be another kind of one shot like conventions, or is it another long form like Japan?
It's going to be another long form like Japan.
Oh wow, interesting. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we're not going the route where we're going to do individual issues the way a lot of other people are doing. We want to do self-contained stories.
Interesting. Wow.
Because I know some people like the individual issues, but then there are other people who don't want to. They don't want to wait for the trade. You know what I mean? They don't want to wait for the individual issues to come out. They would rather have everything at once.
I can see that. Yeah.
So kind of for us, we think we're going to go that route. But once again, it does come down to what money's raised in campaigns and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes a lot of sense. Nice, man. Well, excuse me.
The big thing is just trying to eye up who we're going to do for the art, because we don't know if we love Giffney, but the downside is it's the he's got a busy schedule and stuff like that, and we know a lot of people who are on the we know a lot of comic book artists, so
right, and you don't necessarily have to keep the art exactly the same every time. It's kind of,
right.
Kind of refreshing to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, and the other thing I'm doing too is also Troy gave me a treatment. Troy from Wanpool gave me a treatment for Sport Girl, so I'm also writing that too, and that's going to be a spinoff with Natsumi's daughter.
I can't wait for that, man. That's going to be fun.
I think it's time for me to bounce. I've been here 2 hours.
Fair enough, man. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us today. And we'll definitely talk soon about meeting so we can get you those comics and your magazine and whatnot.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Because I'm giving out the magazine. I don't know if I mentioned that too. I'm giving out the magazine.
Oh. I was gonna say, like, while I'm picking up my comics, I would like a copy of that.
Definitely. Oh yeah. I definitely want you guys all to have a copy of that as well. Very proud of that magazine.
Awesome.
But yeah, right? But where can people follow you online so they can check out your stuff?
So you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Kishkumen, KYSHKUMEN. Wrath is still in demand. We finished digital, so if you back either of any of the tiers that are in demand, digital comes with it, and I'll fulfill as soon as I can after you back. So you can get that, and we're looking to go to print early next year.
Excellent, man. Yeah, I'm super excited. I have a feeling that book's going to look amazing in print.
Mm-hmm.
I do too, and I'm looking forward. I showed it to Emilio. I sent him the digital copy, and like he immediately said, "If you have a paper copy, send me pictures." I'm like, "We're still working on that."
He's like super eager to see it. Well, that's great, man. Yeah, so please back it if you guys haven't checked it out yet.
And I'm happy that I've got it out to people. They've read it, and everyone's enjoyed it so far. So I'm very happy with how it's been going so far, and look forward to doing more.
That's excellent, man. Well, thank you again for joining us today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a nice holiday season.
Yeah, and we'll be in touch, and talk to everyone later.
See you, Scott.
Have a good one.
I have to admit, after reading, finally getting a chance to really read all of Wrath, Scott hit it right out the door right away.
Really?
I feel like probably that was, for a first-time comic writer, it was a very good story, very hard subject to write for, you know what I mean? But I think he did an excellent job, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's great to hear from a debut comic like that. Always good to hear the first issue comes through great. And you what'd you think of the art?
I loved it. I thought Emilio, I thought Emilio did a great job translating, because I like Drew's art. I thought hers was excellent, and it's a shame he didn't get a chance to use her, but I think it was Emilio really caught the essence of what they originally were going for.
That's great, man. So do you think it actually turned out in a good way, kind of in their favor almost?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of places, once again, as always, nothing's ever perfect.
Right, right.
but I felt like overall, and I don't like to focus on the negativities of things. I like to see overall, like I said, I enjoyed everything about the comic. As with anything else, I enjoyed like the Mythoverse or all three Mythoverse and stuff like that. And like I said, I review them objectively, but I think this one really for me hit very close of being someone who dealt with childhood abuse and stuff like that, and it's a very hard subject to approach, and I think you did it in a very respectful way.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it makes sense that I think he has a lot of he cares about the subject matter. I think. Yeah, I think that definitely shows through.
And I like that he even took it to somebody who is in that field, and they really enjoyed it. And I thought, okay, well, if they're even though I coming from experience, having that happen in my real life, having someone who's whose field subject that is, what I mean, and tries to deal with that, who deals with it every day. Like, in my opinion, I think that was just like a good, nice nod to the comic, So I look forward to seeing where he's going to go from here. Really gave me a really good, I like the Scooby-Doo feel it had.
Nice.
I'm a huge fan of Scooby-Doo, so I felt it was really honoring, that whole thing.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, in the same way, still making it unique in his own. So,
man, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that sounds like he did an incredible job with this issue. Man, that's awesome. So yeah, I mean, the book's still in demand. So please, if you guys haven't gotten a chance to pick up your book or get one for yourself or even a friend, go check it out because there's a lot of great perks and a lot of great tiers there.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, man. Well, that's awesome. So we have probably another, about another 50 minutes or so. How long you guys can stick around for? You guys in for the long haul?
Yeah, I have nothing planned right now. I'm just playing Destiny right now.
Nice.
Destiny 2. So yeah, I'm good. I got nothing planned for today. But today and tomorrow are my mess off days. I mean, I am going to do some cleanup on the lettering a little bit later on, but other than that, yeah. I'm
chilling out. Nice, man. That's how you do have a relaxing day like that.
Well, yeah, especially since I'm going to be doing the holiday stretch over.
Right.
I want to make sure that I'm not going to be, exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. You gotta get your rest, man. Don't want to burn out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And what about you, Matt? You playing any games?
I'm considering the idea of getting MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries.
Huh? What's that one? I'm not familiar with that one.
Basically, giant robots busting around, destroying other giant robots.
Sounds like something you would like.
And you build a mercenary company, take on contracts, and buy more mechs.
Can't ever go wrong with giant mechs, man.
True. Good point. That's why Pacific Rim and all these other movies always do so well.
Unfortunately, MechWarrior is part of a franchise that has a movie in development, but it's in development hell for a couple of decades. So if it does come out, it probably won't be good.
Or it might be the best movie of all time.
Yeah, Gemini Man doesn't count. I doesn't really give me much confidence.
We'll go ahead and give it about 20 more years. We'll probably be able to see mech movies being a lot better.
Yeah,
I think. I think he was struck with horror there for a second when you mentioned that movie's title. We can't repeat it.
I know ADV. They're still planning on going forward with or that's ADV. Remember ADV Films? They still have production rights for Ava.
Really?
Yep.
How's that even going to work?
They want to do a live action Ava.
Like Evangelion, or
yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Netflix only has the streaming rights. funny or ADV films or their other company.
I will say this: thank God they only have the streaming rights, man.
Yes, because I'm sorry, the original dub is still the classic dub.
Of course,
You take Commander Win Lee out. I'm sorry, I'm done.
I watched clips of it of people comparing the two different versions, and I was like, oh well. I guess if I want to watch it, I might have to just stream it on pirated sites. Fuck. Okay. I'll do that.
But you're more than welcome to stream it off my Plex server too.
He's got the Plex server, man.
Oh wow. Hey.
Yeah. I basically have taken a lot of my anime and burnt it to digital files. So that way I have a backup of everything, and so that way, and I threw them on my computer. So,
well, I do have one more game for us to play.
Sure.
It is an interesting one. It's called Psychiatrist.
Okay.
It involves one person leaving the room, but I'll probably just I think message the other three people instead, because it's a bit of like one person can't know the thing. I think. But let me read the rules here for you. A handful of players sit in a circle, and one leaves the room. The psychiatrist. And the rest of the patients. Patients sitting in the circle then agree on a fictitious psychiatric condition that they all have in common. The psychiatrist then comes into the room and assumes the role of psychiatrist and quizzes the group in order to find out what the condition is. And the psychiatrist may not inquire about the psychiatric condition itself, but may ask other questions. For instance, the group may agree that they all believe they are the person sitting to their right. And when this that doesn't work, does it? Huh. Does that game work unless you have to be in person? I'm trying to think. Yeah, does that have to be?
It sounds like a game you might have to be more in person for.
Let me think. Let me just.
It seems like depending on the condition, you might have to act it out.
Well, let me just give you an example of what I had in mind. Like, so let's say I have to. We decide like, oh, only thing we can eat is candy canes, and stuff. So we were like, oh no, that doesn't work.
Yeah, see, you would have to act these things out. So it's kind of like charades, but more group charades.
That's a terrible choice. That was my bad. I'll come back to the game then. That's a bad one. You know, we really should do a Jackbox game nights again. Did you get to do the last one, Chick?
Yeah, I did the one where I did the one. That was fun.
Right, that was kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
They actually have a new pack out of games. Party Pack 6 came out recently. But while I look for a new game, I was thinking maybe I'll do another raffle here since we got a few more people in the chat. Looks like Jupiter's in the chat here. Hey, Jupiter.
Hey, Jupiter.
So let's go ahead and do a chat. So or a raffle. So if you want to, this time just if you want to enter the raffle, just put out your name or say Christmas. Say Christmas.
Yeah, just put Christmas.
Christmas. And so basically, I'm gonna choose a winner at random from whoever wants to participate. And whoever wins will get a random. Well, no, they'll get whatever they want from the Wikid store, basically. So you can get any comic or magazine that you want. So we'll be doing that in a few minutes once people have a chance to put that out, if they want to. And if not, I'll just go ahead and use whoever's in the chat right now to give out the winner.
Winner is always good.
Exactly, man. Winner, chicken dinner. But have you guys gotten a chance to check out the magazine? I guess not, right?
No, I was actually being that I've been a little tight on money. I wasn't going to be able to pick it up till after the holidays. So.
Oh, no worries. Well, now you get one for free.
I'm still probably going to buy one just so I have, because I like to I like to make people to make money off their hard work.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. And it came out great. It's in trade paperback form. So it's beautiful. It looks gorgeous. You know, it looks like like any kind of magazine you would see.
So what size is it? Is it 11.5 by 17, or did you go? You know,
I believe it's 8.5 by 11.
8.5 by 11. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a more kind of printer size paper, I guess you would say.
Okay.
Letter size, is that letter size maybe? I don't remember, but yeah. But it looks so good. I mean, the pages are gorgeous, and it's like almost 100 pages. It's 98 pages long.
See, you can't beat that. That is awesome content for.
Yeah, it really is. We're very proud of what we were able to pack in there.
So, question for you for like the next ones: are you guys planning on maybe like doing like little experts from the comics? You know, like for instance, like do like a couple pages from like each issue. You know what I mean?
We might do that at some point. Yeah.
As we get more and more, that would be something like to pull fans to keep them coming back. Say, hey, here's a couple pages, join the next adventure or something like that, and then you do like that for a couple ones. Like you have a couple. It's just an idea. Like you have a couple issues where you dedicate towards Jack Irons or something like that. For like the first issue or something like that. You know what I mean?
No, do you mean like a themed issue or?
No. Mean like you would do like a couple pages from Jack Irons, and then like you know what I mean, and then you would tell people how to get Jack Irons.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea, and I think it would make sense. We always wanted to do like previews of stuff, and in the first issue of the magazine, we have Doug Curtis, the artist from Movie Men. He has an 8-page preview of his new comic in our magazine.
Cool.
So it definitely works in line with that kind of thinking, I think.
Yeah, because I think that'd be kind of cool to kind of introduce people to projects they may not be aware of, that's coming out, or that's available.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. That's a smart move, I think. Yeah. And even themed issues might be kind of cool one day. Like maybe people could submit like say we do like a Sporkman or a Jack Irons issue. People could write in stories or maybe make a little short comic or something, or even write an article about it or a review, and that kind of stuff. So we could totally
it'd be like a cowboy themed. Send us your best themed cowboy.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
Totally.
that would be cool. Well, I think that would give people. To me, that would just give people incentive to kind of be interactive. To me as a consumer, I think that would be very cool. I think that was one of the great things why Diamond lasted for so long was because they were, they had their fans things and they would give enough things for fans to keep coming back.
That's smart. Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I think this fan interaction is some of the best stuff you can do. Like, that's why I love fan art so much.
Yep.
I love seeing the interaction come back from the fans and them putting their passion and their time and effort into that.
I told Scott, I said, that's when you make it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Right? First fan art back, man. That's, when you see that, man, oh, yeah. That's a good sign. That's for sure. And I think a lot of the Wikid creators have done that. Sporkman has definitely done that.
Yep.
Jack Irons, a lot of the Mythoverse stuff, and there's even some fan art out there for Wrath, which is exciting to see.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, any way we can get the fans interacting, and I'd love to get some do a letter session or a section to kind of like answer people's questions and to give them an avenue to talk directly with the creators in a kind of different manner than they would on Twitter, maybe. Ask them some interesting things that maybe they're on their mind, or if they want some advice or whatever it might be.
That was something I was thinking, and I did want to talk to you guys about doing, like maybe hosting, with you guys, like doing something on publishing and how to get started in comics, because I think one of the things is people don't know where to go. As a recent Kickstarter has proven. Or Indiegogo has proven that, there needs to be this seed of knowledge, for people to go to. And I think that's something I would love to do with you guys is, how to make your comic presentable to a publisher. What does a publisher need to give you as a, you know what I mean? I would love to be able to do something like that with you guys and see if that would be something you guys would be interesting. We could do a video series or something like that on it.
Pretty smart. That's a really smart idea, actually. That's an awesome idea, man. You could call it like I don't know, some sort of behind some sort of behind the scenes kind of thing, or tips or basically business idea. Obviously we'll come up with the title, but
right. And then because I was thinking we could also do that, and we could put we could translate it into the issues. Like we could also put that information into a comic, tips and pointers from say like you guys or like from a I don't know. It's just coming up with these ideas.
Or like a short essay guide type thing, that kind of idea. When you put it down on paper, I could see that.
Yes. Something to kind of really, because one of the things is that I feel that we have all this wealth of knowledge, and I constantly keep seeing Kickstarters fail. People are not coming to other people for advice, and we're kind of very fractured as a comics community. It's like people to me like don't want to. They try to hoard the information. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's the right thing to do. We should be there helping everybody grow the industry.
I like that, man. That's an interesting project. I would like to be a part of that. I think that we could definitely come up with something really interesting that would be valuable.
Yeah,
we should definitely all write that down. Yeah. Actually, I'll definitely reach out to you about that.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought one of the great things is especially like because we got this the other night. The reason why I really wanted to bring it up to you guys is the other night, last week's stream or 2 weeks ago. Doug and I were doing a stream, and we were getting a lot of these questions asked from a creator who wanted to really start his own project, and he was asking for like money, like what does he do? And I'm like, well, really, this is something we could really just either do as a video series or even like as you're looking to do what, quarterly for the magazine?
Yeah, that's the goal, I believe. Yes.
Okay. And even in there, we could put in there like we could do interviews, and I think with Rags, I know you guys do the interview with them. Even if we did interviews that way, we give tips and pointers out that way or something like that. I think that would help foster. People say, okay, well now, hey, you've got a Wikid. Not just the publishers, but the creators are willing to go out and say, hey, we are about comics, and we want people and support people who want to make comics.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm all for that, because I'd love to see those kind of we need to definitely come to come together as a community. I think more and help each other where we can.
And waiting for other people to do it, I'm getting to the point right now that I don't want to wait for other people to do it. It seems like maybe it's just time that we as creators and I look at you guys along with it, because you guys are just not publishers, but you're also creators too. So you understand both sides of the coin. So to me, it's like, you know what, we just need to do it. There's no waiting for other people to do it, or leading the charge is not going to work. So,
no, that's very true. No, that is a very, very good point. Yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely work on that, because I think that would be worthwhile. I do believe that.
Cool.
Yeah, and to put on a video series, I think would be fun. I think that could be really cool. And people, because that would give people options of how they want to consume that information.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, I'm ready to raffle off some more stuff here.
Raffle time.
So make sure any last minute people just if you haven't said what's up in the chat, if you're watching and you haven't said anything, just let me know, and I'm gonna go ahead and choose the winner now.
Remember, Christmas is the word.
Christmas is the word, not bird, but rather Christmas is the word. So let me do this here.
Ooh, whoa! Just fell right off the side of the mountain, or the misadventure.
Oh, all right, because you're playing. I was like, wait, you fell off a mountain?
Yeah,
Sounds painful.
I'm actually on the on Mercury, so I'm trying to get down to this one ledge, and so I start sliding down the sand, and it just like overshot the ledge, and I went right off.
Really? That's funny. Awesome. Well, I'm happy to announce it looks like our winner here today, third winner, is Casper Brenesh.
Awesome.
Nice.
Winner, chicken dinner. So I'll be contacting you after the show, and letting you know what you want, obviously. But you'll be able to pick anything you want from the store, any comic, any magazine, and yeah, man, congratulations on the win. That's awesome. And the magazine is a good one to get because you get a lot of value for your money there, or for your win rather, because it's got, as we said earlier, 98 pages. So there's comics, there's articles, reviews, interviews. There's a great interview with the Rags team in it, with Brian and his guys.
Which I believe 100%. We all support 100%. I mean, that guy's, first off, very professional. And they also, wonderful creators, great advice. A lot of advice that I have, I get from those guys, so, and I've been in the industry longer, and I still go to those guys. So if that tells you something, that even if somebody who's been doing comics as long as I have, it's tapping the wealth of knowledge you have around you. Makes you a better person overall.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just excited to see what everyone does in 2020.
Next year is going to be off the charts. We're gonna get the ending to Rags, and then we're gonna get Mr. Lister, Sister Fister.
Yeah, I know, right? He's got a lot of projects on his plate, and I'm still open for a Rags season 2 personally.
Yeah, I'm hoping to, but I'm not gonna, unfortunately, I'm not gonna keep my, because
you're not gonna get your fingers crossed, huh?
Yeah. Even though as much as I would love to see a season 2, I don't want to bug him about it because I don't want to drive him away as a creator, but I want him to be able to do his things that he wants to do.
Exactly, and I think Damon recently, because I don't know if anyone watched the Watchmen TV show, but Damon Lindelof, the creator of the show, who also did Lost, he said, and when asked if he would do a season 2 for the Watchmen show, said, right now I don't think so, because there has to be a story to tell, and I put everything I have into this first season, and so I almost feel like maybe I wonder if that's how Brian feels. Like, I have everything in this first season. I don't know if I need to come back to tell anything if I don't necessarily have a story to tell on a season 2.
Well, yeah, I think he wants to do a season 2, but what it comes down to, like you said, is there content? Is he going to have enough backers? Because they do everything. They don't do crowdfunding. They do everything through Patreon, and a lot of people, they can't keep doing it if people don't join their Patreon and help support them. They're not going to be able to do it. Because that's the only way they get, even through getting the book published through Antarctic Press. Everything they do goes through the Patreon, then it goes to Antarctic Press. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's not, Antarctic Press doesn't pay them that much money. So, so that's the only way to do it. Jumping in for $5, even if you can't afford a high tier, jumping in for $1, $2, $3, it still helps no matter what. And that goes towards it. And I think Brian does have just my opinion, I think he does have the stuff there, but the problem comes back to, like you said, does he want to do it? Does he have the backers? And a lot of other material going into it too. So,
right, yeah. So we'll have to see. Only time will tell on that one
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, he's a great guy. So I really appreciate him supporting us and our creators and he's just all around supportive guy.
Yeah. Well, he's like us. I think he wants to see indie comics succeed. And him and Trent, just to give you an idea, these are guys that had no clue on the comic book industry. They're both military guys. They had no clue on how to do stuff, and they went out and did it. And I applaud everyone who does that. Who goes out and does it. I know Matt has done the same thing. Dan, Brett. None of us have known the industry, and we just kind of all went out and did our own thing. We found our information and grew.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah, it's very organic the way it all came together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean, yeah, so definitely pick up the magazine or whatever you want, I suppose. But the magazine is a good choice. But yeah, so we're getting close. We have a little bit more time left. I figure we'll play one more game and then maybe do one more raffle at the end. We'll see. And then send you on your merry way.
Merry way.
Right. You guys got anything going on for the rest of the day?
Destiny 2. That's all I'm going to be playing today.
I got work, and in fact, what time is it? Actually, I think I gotta actually dip out for this one, guys. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Ready for work.
No, man, that sucks, man. I'm like, it sucks that both you guys you got to do work and stuff like that on a Saturday.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, it does suck.
You know, I think what we should institute for everybody: no work during the holidays.
I wish. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Later on, it will. Later on.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? That'll be our once we get our office going, the Wikid office, then we'll definitely implement that.
So, are you guys planning on doing this full time then, or
that's the ultimate goal?
Okay.
I mean,
that's the ultimate.
We have plans for 2020. We hope we'll start bringing in more revenue streams to help elevate the company a little bit more and maybe expand into other avenues of media. To one day hopefully grow this thing into something that can be self-sustaining.
Right.
That obviously that's anyone's goal. They say most businesses tend to start making money at about 5 years if you're doing it right. So we have long-term goals of not just a couple years but 5 to 10 years as well. So they're definitely things we want to accomplish, and so hopefully 2020 is another good big step towards all those things.
Yeah, no, the sad thing is, it does take 5 years, but also in that first 5 years, most companies fail.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very important to make sure you're busting your butt. You keep towards those goals, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, exactly. You have to set some goals to work towards, and just keep trying to work and put your stuff out there, man. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't just put something out. Start creation, and you can't get anywhere without that. That's for sure. So I definitely inspire people who are out there who are wondering if thinking about doing comics, or if they've always wanted to make a comic, to just go out and do it, whether that be working on your own art or finding an artist to work with. But there's no reason to just wait for it, because I don't know if you've seen Hamilton, but there's a great line for it. He says, "You'll get grief for it, you'll get hate for it, but you'll get nothing if you just wait for it." And that always stuck with me.
And that's actually an excellent point. Because nothing in this world will ever get done if people just sit there and wait for it. And like you said, the best ones who always succeed are the hungry ones. Yeah, you might fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, but that 11th try might be the one that actually where you make it.
Mm-hmm. And you've learned on all those other previous tries what not to do and what to do, and that's how you get closer to that success.
Yep.
You gotta learn from every.
You also got to look at it as what are you looking for? Something for the short term or something for the long haul, in a sense, And if you're looking more for long haul, then you got to expect that extra push and that extra work for it.
That's actually one of our biggest disagreements with our other partner, Chris. He was really in it he wanted to make money quickly and stuff like that, and he thought it could happen. We're like, no, it's going to take you years. You can't give up at it. after a couple years, he gave up, and Eric and I are like, well, you know what? We're just going to keep continuing because we understand it's going to take time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because it really is. It's a grind. You gotta want it a lot.
Yep. So, sorry, Matt, for taking up all the.
not a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that.
Tangent there, I guess, a little bit. We were really feeling it for a second. So sorry about that. Oh, that's funny, man. But yeah, where can we follow? Speaking of Casper bringing up that, where can we follow you on Twitter, Matt? Since you're dipping out.
On Twitter, it's. Let me see. I'm not really always saying that. I believe it's MB_Zulos, SULOS, but I'm just double checking for all of that.
I got you.
Yeah, Matt B_Zulos. That's what it is.
I know your Twitter handle better than you do.
Well, it's because for Instagram and Twitter, they're similar, but they're different. Like on Instagram, mine's the Zulos_MB. So because people do refer to me more as Matt or by my name, I'm used to doing that. But for all my art, I kind of keep it a little bit more separate because for me, it's just more formality, and it kind of harkens back to a little bit of the old age of the internet where most people preferred your anonymity or some kind of username rather than just name.
Yeah, no, that's funny, man. Yeah, I used to remember that's back in the day, like almost like right after the AOL or right during that when everyone had the screen name. What's your SN?
Exactly. So, and I've always loved that in a sense because I've always been more of a private person. So for me, it's just a little bit better in a sense. It's.
I get that, man. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like it feels right. It's just it makes more sense, because you don't want to let everyone know about your life in a sense. Like that's kind of why I'm more away from Facebook because that's more of like what's going on in your life in a sense, and I've never really liked that aspect of it. I don't want to announce things to the world because you never know who's looking at you in a sense. You never know what people plan. You never know. Those are variables I'd rather control in my life.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. Yeah, and but definitely good spot to follow you on Twitter, and whether it be Matt or B Sulos, you can definitely find all that stuff over there.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more active on Twitter, but I have always thought about going back to Instagram. But for commissions, DM questions, just use the Twitter handle, and that would probably be the best way to get a hold of me.
Nice, man. And then probably see some new updates for Project R coming soon, I would think, right? Maybe some previews for people.
Yes, and not only that, just more practice pictures as well as I improve with digital and coloring as well.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks again for joining us, man. I appreciate you dipping in and having some fun with us on the podcast.
Yeah, not a problem. Sorry, it's been a long time.
No worries.
It's just been pretty rough lately, but.
No, I get that, man. Yeah, definitely busy time over there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but all right, man. Well, yeah, Merry Christmas, man. Take care.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, guys.
See you, Matt.
Bye.
And then there were 3. We're getting picked off one by one like a horror movie.
Who will be the one to survive?
Right? Who will be the last man standing? But speaking of last man standing, I actually saw Knives Out recently. It's controversially directed by the controversial Rian Johnson. But the movie was really good, actually.
Honestly, I don't like. I don't know. I don't know how to take him as a director. I know a lot of people like Looper. I'm not a fan of the movie.
Oh, really? Not a Looper fan, huh?
No. Sorry, just not a fan of Looper, but that's okay. Other people that do like it, so.
Right, yeah, that's fair. Just not in particular reason. Just don't really care for the movie.
I thought that there were better movies that did the whole time travel thing better.
True. Yeah.
I just didn't like the way it ended.
I didn't either, really.
So yeah, so that was one of my issues.
I had a good lead up. I think the lead up was all right, but yeah, kind of fell off towards the end. But yeah, no, yeah, he's an interesting director. He has a really interesting style. Obviously, we've seen some of his work. But it was interesting because it was a very. Oh, are you gonna see? Oh, what are you spoiling? Oh, did we spoil something?
Who?
Casper in the chat says, "Please don't spoil." Maybe he's talking about Knives Out. I won't spoil Knives Out if that's what you mean.
No. We don't. Even though we didn't talk about the end of the movie, I didn't say like what exactly happened. So yeah. No. So
yeah, we'll try to avoid spoilers if possible. But what movie were we talking about? Was it a Rian Johnson movie?
Yeah.
Oh, Looper, right? Looper. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, we won't spoil Looper either. We won't go into the details on that one.
Like, but I don't think he's a bad. I don't think he's a bad director. Like visually, I thought, Last Jedi was very good visually, but story wise, I definitely feel that he needs to have like George Lucas. Somebody needs to be there to kind of clean up his mess.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that, but I think he has matured. Like I do think Knives Out has a really sharp wit to it. I think in a kind of an odd way, but I really enjoyed the whodunit mystery, and I think it had a lot of good twists. And then has Daniel Craig Daniel Craig has a funny accent. He has a funny Southern accent. It's like, oh, I thought you were British.
Is it sad when British actors actually do better than American actors?
I know, right?
Because like Gerard Butler, he's like, did you see Angels? Angels?
Yeah.
Oh man,
true,
yeah. So, and I love those movies. Which, by the way, we're getting 3 more films.
Oh my god!
Well, he loves the character. It's just funny. He's British and he's become such an iconic American character.
That is really funny. Yeah, that is really funny. It's so much so that I almost kind of forgot he was British.
Yeah.
You think of him as American because he does that role so often.
Yeah.
American person. Yeah.
Interesting thing, they're actually going to do, they're doing 3 more movies, and then they're actually going to be doing like movies based in other countries in the same universe. Like how they did with London Has Fallen, but they're going to be doing like movies from like inside the universe, not with him, but inside the universe itself.
Like spin-offs almost?
Yeah, spin-offs, and also a TV show they're talking about.
Jeez, oh my god. Wow, those movies must do really well.
They do. They have actually made, for all 3 movies, they have actually made almost $1 billion in the box office.
Gosh dang. Wow. Yeah, that's funny. It's like it's a solid franchise right there. I mean, you got good actors, Morgan Freeman and what's his Gerard Butler.
Yep.
And and the supporting cast is usually pretty good too. So I always go to the theaters to see those usually.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to see Angel Has Fallen in the theaters, but I recently rented it and I just really enjoyed it. But I'm excited to see what they do with it. If Gerard Butler can keep doing like what Tom Cruise does with Mission Impossible, I have no quarrels with going to see him.
Really, you don't like it? Not a fan of Mission Impossible, though?
No. I'm saying what he does. I love Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay.
The only one I didn't care for was the third one. But other than that, I loved all the other ones. Like the third one was still okay, but I just love all of them.
And especially I really like the new ones they've been coming out with too. Like I love the whole franchise, but the newest ones they just keep hitting it.
I do. So and what I think also sells it, Tom Cruise does his own stunts.
I love that, dude. Yes.
Yeah. What? So for me, because I love film and I love looking at that. I never liked when a lot of times they do that. They do those replacements where they throw somebody else in there to do it that looks like him, but you can still see slightly when it's off and it's another actor.
Right. I think that what that allows them to do is get these really amazing close-ups of when it's happening. You can, like you said, there's no mistaking who it is. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but I love to even just go to the behind the scenes and watch like how they did it, like how did they do this crazy stunt of throwing a car out of a building?
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy shit they do. Where they're always doing some crazy thing. I like on the new one, the helicopter stuff they did. Apparently Tom Cruise taught himself how to fly a helicopter just for the movie.
Yeah. And that's what I love. No matter where you sit with him for anything else, you gotta respect him as an actor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he puts his 110% into everything. I think for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, those franchises are. It's funny. Franchises are doing really well. Like, I mean, look at John Wick. John Wick is great.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny is next year, Tom's got
Keanu, right?
Keanu's got 2 movies coming out: Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and John Wick 4.
And I heard, someone confirmed this is real, but I heard there was like an article about it that said something like that the Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 are going to come out on the same day.
Yes.
That's freaking nuts.
Yeah. And you know what? Give me as much Keanu. Yeah, I will take as much Keanu as I can. Yep.
Keanu double feature, man.
Yeah, you go for the one movie, you stay for the next one.
That's right, man. That sounds awesome.
That's how they should market it. Like, honestly, they should market it. You saw him in John Wick 2. Now see him in the Matrix 4.
Right? You can even sell like a double ticket. Like you get like a double feature ticket, and there's like a 10-minute, 15-minute intermission, and then you go back right into it, man.
Yep, that would be awesome.
I would love that. Oh man, yeah, he's good, man. It's funny. He had a really big resurgence.
Well, I think a lot of it is because the characters I know he always gets a staple of being one-sided as an actor, but I think for me, him being as stoic as he is, that's the appeal for me. Like I've only come across like a couple movies of his that have been relatively not the greatest. The Day the Earth Stood Still. But other than that, like, there's a lot of independent films that he has done that I have really liked.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, man. He has some stinkers.
Yeah.
I've heard Constantine is not the greatest.
Oh, see, I love Constantine.
Do you?
Yeah, even though it's not like the
the comic.
The comic. It is. Yeah, it is. I thought it was a great, unique take.
Worth a watch, you'd say?
I'd say it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a chance. I've been scared to try to watch it.
Nah, although Matt Ryan's version of Constantine is closer for the TV series, definitely I would say go watch it. I liked it. Just for the sheer fact of the villain is the Russian dude. Who's in like a lot of movies, and he's the same guy that was in John Wick, who played the father in John Wick.
Oh yeah. His name is Peter Stormare. It looks like, but I know exactly. Yeah, it's that old guy who kind of talks like this.
Yes. Yeah.
Voice.
Yeah. So
yeah, you guy's good. Yeah, he's good. Let's see. Oh, what? Which Mission Impossible was it where Tom Cruise has a helicopter fight with Superman? I think that's Batman v Superman, the Tom Cruise edition, Tom Cruise cut. No, that's the newest one. That would be, I think, what's the name of it? I can't remember, but it is the newest one that came out.
It was interesting before they casted Ben Affleck. They were talking about Tom Cruise being the new Batman.
Really? Oh, that'd be weird. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know. It could work, I guess. I don't know what they're gonna do. Honestly, I've heard now that there are like 3 universes or something in the movies, or something. I don't know. Like there's gonna be like separate, like a multiverse. Like the Justice League and Superman movies are one, and then Joker's in another universe, or something.
You know what? Honestly, I would rather have them do that than that way they're kind of like their own thing. That's where DC has always excelled, making standalone titles. Them pushing for the shared universe thing. What they should have done was, in my opinion, focus on movies that were good. You know, maybe you did Wonder Woman and Batman, or Wonder Woman and Superman in the same universe. Okay, I'm okay with that. But the sheer fact of, it should have been, they should have been separate, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Make it standalone films.
Separated, man.
Yeah.
They had it right. They knew what they're talking about there. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what they did for a while. I mean, look at the Dark Knight movies; those are great, and those were relatively standalone, other than their trilogy, obviously. And I mean, they did decent Superman movies in the past.
Yep, all 3 Superman movies. Well, the Batman movies. Think about it. Batman and Batman Returns.
Yeah.
They are classic. They are classic movies that everybody enjoyed.
Yeah, that's true. It's before they tried to. You're right. Before they kind of tried to force the shared universe aspect on it. That's interesting. It might work for them going forward. Yeah. But yeah. So we have about 10 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and start wrapping things up here. But let's see. I'm trying to think. Do we want to play one more game?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We got how about a little bit of Christmas? What is this? Never have I ever. What is this? Christmas never have I ever. Is that a thing? Have you guys ever heard of this?
No, I haven't.
So basically, the idea is, circle games. Great. More circle games.
Circle, dot.
No. Okay, so man, I wish I had prepared better for this.
Oh, that's okay.
I can't think. Well, why don't we just do another round of what we played earlier? Screw it. Video game. We'll go back to the Christmas Would You Rathers. That's always a classic. 100. Okay, so we'll just do a few of these, and then I think I'll give out one more. Let's see. Is there even enough people for another raffle? I don't know. Do you guys want a raffle? Do you guys want something? No.
No, I'm good. If you want to get out to the people who are there, that's fine.
I think everyone's won. I think as far as I can tell, everyone in the chat's won something now. So it's
Probably.
I think we'll probably not give another one out, but like I said, I'll do a few more of these, and then we'll go ahead and put out the plugs and call it a weekend.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to the new year with you guys. I think I've done a lot of stuff this year. We put out a lot of comics and did a lot of successful crowdfunding campaigns, and I think we've been just really doing well. We've been doing great with our fan interaction, and so I'm just excited to see what 2020 brings with you guys.
Oh,
so
I agree. I hope we have a wonderful new year. I think we're going to have a great year. I think 2020 is going to be off the charts. I mean, I know Matt, Dan and I and Brett were talking. I mean, next year we got, shipping, we got, the Mythoverse. Now we got Wrath. We're going to have, Sporkman coming through. And then we're going to have Machi coming through. We're going to be hitting the beginning part of the year with a lot of big titles.
Yeah, true. And starting as well. And even some stuff that's under the wraps. Canada Bear's coming out soon, and we got a lot of like you said, a lot of really great stuff coming out. So I think we're gonna hit the ball rolling. Hit the ground running here, come January. And as always, any conventions you guys want to try and see us at, let us know. We're trying to go to more and more conventions and trying to reach out farther and farther. So like next year we're gonna be going out to Seattle and hitting up the Emerald City Comic Con. So
we need to get you. We need to get you out here though, Mike.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Well, February we have, and I'll just let you guys know. February we have KatsuCon at the end of on the 14th, the weekend of Valentine's Day. So if you want to, what's that?
Isn't that one pretty big too?
Yeah, Katsu gets about 3,000 to 4,000. I think last year they were up to almost 5,000 people. Nice, so it's a mid-range. It's an anime con. So nice. I'll talk with Eric. Maybe see if we can have some room. We usually get 2 tables now, so maybe what we could do is align some stuff up with some other Wicked titles and stuff like that. So that way, even if you guys can't make it out, we have stuff available.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that's a pretty smart idea. And I think there's a lot of good titles that would work really well there. I think Sporkman, I think Star Ring will work really well there.
Machi,
probably, yeah.
Yep. Jack Irons. I think Jack Irons would. Honestly, I think all the Mythoverse would work very well there.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are a lot of anime. See, that's one of the great things with anime because of the genre, all the different types of genres that are out there. Almost any comic could do very well there. Most anime conventions have almost become a merger between comics and anime for the most part. They're really no longer separated because of how broad anime is. Because they do have titles that are superhero titles. I mean, they've done Spider-Man, mangas, and they've done Spider-Man, animes and stuff like that. And Batman. Think about all the Batman ones they've done. So.
And then he says, Josh Smith in the chat asks, "Can we get to Arizona eventually?" Yeah, I would love to. Honestly, yeah. I would definitely have to do that because, like I said, I want to get Wicked Comics out as far as I can. And I think we'll be talking with the Alterna Comics. Have they got their distribution program set up yet?
I'm not sure if they did 100%, but I would agree. Like, yeah, let's see what they have for distribution, and go forward. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure if they did or not yet.
And I know they had the setback with their printer going out of business, and so they had to find a new printer.
Yeah, which really, really, really sucks. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is, the market's still shifting and stuff like that. It's not perfect. That's why I'm glad, you guys got your printer. And do you guys have a backup in case?
Yeah, actually, well, again, I mentioned this earlier in the podcast that we're going to be meeting up with the Mythoverse guys tonight to talk some more business about a few things, and then once we do that, we're going to let everyone else in the chat know. Kind of
okay. Because I know,
the short of it is, yes, we do have a couple backups.
Because I was going to say, because we still have ours through, Indie Planet and stuff like Kablam. So it's wondering, what if you guys ever were using them as a backup just in case, or.
No, we may consider them as a third backup, but we do have 2 good recommendations that our current printer gave us.
Okay.
So we do have a couple backups in mind that we're in talks with.
By the way, I did want to say I love the idea that you guys are still working with Model 316.
Right.
I was kind of wondering where that was.
Definitely.
But I got to talk with him. My boss gave me a little, almost like a bobblehead type thing, or a Funko Pop thing called a Mooney. And you can actually draw and create your own character with it. And
interesting.
I wanted to see if he get him, or because I know he does a lot of 3D printing, see if he can 3D print me a Spork helmet that I can put on it.
Oh, that'd be dope, dude. I bet he would love to do that, dude. Yeah, we were just talking with him the other day, and we brought up Sporkman, and we both agreed we think Sporkman's a great character. So I definitely be interested.
Yeah, so that was the other thing too. I know Eric and I, we needed to talk to you guys about. We really want to do a figure run. A more professional figure run, for Sporkman. So maybe talk to you guys about doing a campaign next year with that, because I think if we could do it, it would do really well,
Yeah, definitely. We were talking with Model 316 about doing a whole series of figures for the Wicked Comics, and so eventually everyone would get a figure. It was the idea, at least.
Well, we just wanted to talk about doing just like a Sporkman one, with you guys, and doing a separate campaign from Wicked, but you guys might be involved with us.
I wonder if we could do even like we could do a line of Sporkman figures and then do a special edition for the campaign, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we could probably.
It could even be like just a different pose or something, or like different sizing or whatever have you. But yeah, I think both of those would be really great options because we would love to have Sporkman on the Wicked store, to shine bright with his awesomeness.
Of course, you gotta have. And
Right.
you know, I really wanted to. The other thing I know I want to do next year is I really want to shop in animation. I have like I really think, you know, and I think Matt and the guys from Mythoverse would be them actually doing an animated series would be awesome too, because I think that would tie in very good with a series.
Definitely. Yeah. In fact, me and Matt actually have it's a little too early to talk about, but we have a bit of a project of our own in the works.
Cool.
In terms of kind of stepping into new media, you know, like I was talking about earlier.
I was just wondering, have you guys talked to any animators or anything like that? And because I know, well, besides we know Josh, you know, but I really wanted to, you know, that's something I really want to do, and I think I'm going to shop some, and then whatever I find, farm it over to you guys.
I like that.
Because you know, I would love to see Sporkman Saturday morning cartoon. Boom.
That'd be amazing, dude. That'd be so good. Can you imagine? We could release it on a Saturday morning and everything.
That's what, because you know, for me, like that would be like the ultimate like thing, because it's just like that would be the culmination of like my childhood right there.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but I think moving into these kind of mediums could really help boost Wikid's, even boost us even more. You know, like we're putting out comics, but we also have, you know, other things to like present. Video is really popular. You know, people love, you know, video, and I think it's a great medium. I love it.
Even if we could, go ahead, Matt.
Sorry, what was that, Matt?
I think my time's up now. So
we gotta get going, man. Okay, well, we appreciate you joining us, and happy holidays. And we're pretty much at the end of our time anyway. But why don't you just give us your plugs real quick before you head out? What do you got going? Like, where can people follow you online, Matt?
You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Trin. Don't really have anything else outside of that for social media. Then there's the you can also follow at Mythoverse for more Mythoverse news, as well as the website. I believe it's mythoverse.com. Let me check. It's mythoversecomics.com.
Mythoversecomics.com. Nice. And what do you guys post on there? Is that where the webcomic is, you said?
Yep, Mytho Chibis, which we updated on Wednesday.
New Mytho Chibis. Is it holiday themed?
The next one will be, because it releases on Christmas.
Oh, very nice, man. Oh, look like we're joined by a wild Jupiter.
Oh, well, that's it.
You got me to join here. You're live, by the way.
Oh, well.
I didn't know I did that. Oops.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No worries. We're just heading out anyway, so feel free to dip on out. But have a happy holidays. It's good to hear from you.
I thought I was just hanging out in the back.
Oh, that's funny. You can hang in the back here. Let's get you out of here. Get out of here.
Later.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'll see you guys later then.
See you, Matt.
See you, man. That's hilarious. But we are wrapping up here anyway. We're pretty much at the end of our time. Is there anything you wanted to say about what we were talking about before we head on out?
Yeah, basically, you know, just keep supporting Wikid. I mean, honestly, you know, Wikid, Alterna, this is where the future of comics are going to be at, the independent scene. You know, if comics are going to succeed and continue to be a force in American culture, pop culture, this is where we need to back people. This is where, you know, backing comics like Star Ring Manga, Mythoverse, Project R, Sporkman, Jack Irons, those are where we're going to keep things going. You know, as always, you know, I don't know if you guys know the history of comics. What kept comics alive during the 70s and 80s was the underground comics. You know, they're what kept it going. You know, Vampirella and stuff like that. So I see us as the new face of of comics. You know, and Wikid's leading the way with good comics that are, you know, not only wholesome but they're good and entertaining.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, I think indie is where it's at. You know, the indie movement is growing, and despite some issues, I think it'll come out the better for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not something that's going to be going away, and I think we're all here to help build that. So,
and we got great artists, great great writers. So we're full of a lot of good stuff. So, and that's what really all I have to say is keep supporting Wicked. So keep supporting independent, your favorite independent publisher or your favorite independent comic. That's really the whole thing I have to say. For everything. We appreciate everybody's support because we wouldn't keep doing this if we didn't have it. And
I 100% agree with you. And I appreciate you saying that, Cody. He says this is their completely unbiased opinions, by the way, and definitely is. I definitely appreciate that. We're here to help and support indie comics because we love them so much and want to see them succeed. So I guess at that, we'll go ahead and wrap up here. I think there was one more prize I wanted to give out to one last winner, and that's Josh Smith. Congratulations. If you have a Twitter, let me know in the chat so I can get that sent out to you. I'm not sure if I have you on Twitter yet. At that, yeah, as I was saying, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Where can people follow you online so they can check out all your stuff?
Pretty much, you can follow me on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Sporkman Studios. We don't have 60 million other things, so we made it easiest for people to follow us. You can keep us to follow there. I do a lot of posting on Twitter. With the progress, we are, like I said, once again, I'm finishing up the wrapping up of the initial lettering is done. I'm actually hoping maybe that I could have it done this weekend for the official, and we could then work with you, Mike, in getting them out to the backers.
Definitely, yeah.
For the print or for the digital version.
The digital version, and then the print version down the line after that.
Correct, yeah. So issue 1 is done, which is great. Ginger is doing a fantastic job. I know a lot of you guys have given us feedback on the looks, and you love the colors. And also, you can follow pretty much anybody else through what we're doing through there, and that's it.
Very nice, man. And I don't suppose the book's not is closed for now, right?
Yes, the books are closed for right now, but we will be doing. I don't know. I have to talk to you about that. What we want to do if we want to, because we can't go in demand. But we might open up a Patreon backing for people if they want to order it, and they can order it through our Patreon.
Nice, man. And then eventually, perhaps we might be able to get it to the Wicked store as well.
That's our plan. As soon as the backers are fulfilled first, then we're going right to the store.
Oh, interesting. So the Patreon would almost be like an extension of the campaign in a way.
Correct.
While you're still producing the comic.
Yeah, because that would allow packers who want to did get a chance to get in on the Indiegogo and stuff like that. That would allow them to at least get the comic, but they might not get the perks and stuff like that. But they can help with the comics
and still help support the.
Correct. Yeah, and that is at Sporkman Studios too. So
very nice, man. Well, that's excellent. I'm very excited to see. I can't wait to see some more of the first issue and going on beyond that as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And if you want to follow us, guys, you go check us out on Twitter at Wikid Publishing. That's right here for you. And then we also have our YouTube. Obviously, you're watching it now, but if you haven't, please give us a subscribe or a like. We always appreciate those. I guess that about wraps it up for our holiday episode. We've had a lot of fun in games today. Gave a lot of prizes. And I don't know. I think it was a great time. Usually we have segments, so this was fun. Kind of let everyone kind of come in casually and say hi and stuff. So that was a good time. And one thing I want to announce. One more thing. Tonight we're gonna be putting out a holiday sale on the Wicked store. So you'll be able to see a bunch of the products are gonna be strike down on pricing. So you'll be able to pick something up for Christmas if you like, or for the new year.
Yeah, I think ours was already. I think ours was still at $3. You know, so
Yeah.
For Sporkman conventions. So
I think-
really, yeah. So if you guys want to get in on that, that's a standalone issue. You don't need to read anything else or know about Sporkman. That will pretty much give it to you.
Yeah, it's a great deal, and that, like you said, that one's been on sale for a while now. That one's it's a good deal, and you're getting the first kind of not an origin story, but one of the first adventures of Sporkman that was put out. So it's very exciting to see that, and I love having it on the sale or the store and stuff. So yes, please, as Cody says, a holiday sale. Please do take advantage of that. In fact, I'll go ahead. I almost forgot. I'll go ahead and plug the link for the store real quick.
Awesome
That
stuff.
is at squareup.com/store/Wicked Publishing. So you can go check up on all the comics that we have. You can get an issue of the magazine, which will also be on sale, and some of our merch and stuff. So go check it out. And thank you guys. Please enjoy your holidays. Have a safe time, safe and happy time with whomever you're going to be spending your holidays with. And we can't wait to see you guys in the new year, all our backers, all our followers, all our fans, and just all the people who've been supporting us from day one. We couldn't, be more happy with what you guys have given us. So please continue to support us, and we won't let you down. And thank you again, everyone, and have a great holiday. Take care.
See ya.